Ready to level up your gaming? Then join XFS and play against the pros. Join a Street Fighter monthly tournament every second Saturday in Xtreme Fighters Showdown. Win and become the next Xtreme Boss. Prize pools start at 50 USD plus Matcherino for every showdown, and you can earn and redeem points for seasonal prizes, such as gift cards for restaurants or Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, or even leverless controllers, a new Stream Deck or gaming chair, and if you're good enough, an all-expense-paid trip to XFS's offline event in 2026, all while competing for top placements in XFS's Street Fighter Leaderboard. Test your strength in the hardest arena. Season 1, coming October of 2025. Get registered on the Start GG link shown on screen.
Hello and welcome to Xtreme Fighters Showdown, Season 1, Episode 1 for the Street Fighter VI online bracket. Here with me, I'm BeanieThuggish. I have Moñañu. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm just like getting like my well, a little my foot a little wet. Sorry, with the English casting. So please bear with me. I'll be doing my best. It's like it's strange when you have two language because you have to like activate it like a little bit on the go.
It's like a Rubik's cube. You got to move it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you go, like and. Like any Rubik cube, any person who is good at it, like you start like I don't know, and then you put it together in like 5 seconds. So I hope to do so very soon. But
You're
thanks
doing
for
a
having me.
great job. Yeah, and I think
thanks.
we're gonna have a lot of great matches tonight. We have a lot of names and brackets that I've seen a few times, and just like you, they're trying to put together a Rubik's cube of how to dismantle their opponents. A pretty big bracket, 35 players tonight. A lot of people here trying to become the next Xtreme Boss for the Xtreme Fighters Showdown. We have a few returning Xtreme Bosses as well. I believe this first match won't have one. Our first match up on stream is going to be Ouija versus Milo Scorpius. Interesting name. Not a name I've seen for either of them, but one of them is going to be running to an Xtreme Boss right after that in Jewelman if they win.
If they do, Miles Scorpius is like a Kimberly for Guadalajara here in Mexico. I know because I am a Kimberly main. I love my Kimberly.
I'm right there with you.
I love her, but he's a Kimberly player, one of the few here in Mexico. We are like 5, but we are like very noisy, so we tend to make some
that's definitely the kind of
on the way.
To make some noise. The paint can setups and all of the amazing things that they did with her standing heavy punch to make her feel like a more complete character off of that button. Phenomenal stuff. I'm glad to see Kimberly players being able to really be more creative and flow better now with the new changes to her.
Yeah, it's when the double can setup came to the game, I felt like a lot of fresh air because the combos were great at the moment. I feel a little stale because I don't know. Sometimes you get like a match with a can and you get like very frustrated sometimes, but it's like the ninja way, you know. You have to.
Yeah, you got to keep that Bushin way going.
Yeah. No challenge is too big for the machinery, so yeah, doesn't matter.
Whether it's mix or alpha combo, we're gonna see some cool stuff here from this Kimberly player. Unfortunately, I don't know who the other player plays, but we're hoping that it's a phenomenal match going both ways. There is a lot of matchups where she particularly struggles, so if one of these matchups comes into fruition, like an Ed or a Mai, it could look a little devastating for her.
I also hate Yuri. I think Yuri matchup against Kimberly is like.
Standing medium kick is my least favorite button in the game. I don't like any of the crouch medium kicks, but Jury stand medium kick particularly makes me want to feel like I'm committing a war crime, yes.
Yeah, like yeah, just do and nice. It's a and I don't have word for it. It's like just so frustrating sometimes because what bugs me the most is like I love K-pop, and she was the only character who got an aespa outfit. So yeah, I was like,
Time to pick her up.
yeah. I mean, I have 1 year, so yeah, I will think about it. I will think about it sometime.
That is a Capcom Cup winning character. That is a money character.
Yeah, the money character. I mean, that's why she got the outfit. So I guess this for Kimberly, we struggle so much. I like one Kimberly outfit from I don't know Twice or something like that. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good match. I think that we're still waiting on the players to set up. Don't forget, anyone here in the chat right now, to go ahead and hit !Matcherino if you would like to contribute to the tournament. All you have to do is use a Matcherino code, and it will give 25 cents to the players on top of the pot that's already there. You could also hit bracket, exclamation point bracket to see the full bracket, and exclamation point staff to see the full staff on hand for XFS.
Yeah, please, and remember we have like we have $50 like base prize pool, so you can add more. Even if you couldn't participate at this time, please remember we have every 2 Saturdays, right? We have
I believe it's once a month. Once a month there will be one for each specific game. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember we have also Tekken 8. Next week we have Soulcalibur 6. And in 2 weeks we have Dead or Alive 6.
Yeah, we got 3 6s in here. Wow, there's a lot of, that's kind of scary.
We have to keep it up because Tekken 8 will just keep growing. So yeah, Tekken 9 we'll be still in Street Fighter 6. So yeah, we have to step it up.
They got a little bit before Tekken 9. Hopefully we get hopefully we get a Soulcalibur 7 before that.
I don't know.
I'm not holding my breath. As a Soulcalibur fan, I'm not holding my breath.
It will be great. I don't know, maybe like a 2 remake would be great, but I don't know.
They just added 3 to PlayStation Classic, so maybe a 3 remake instead, right?
And then like 2 to the Nintendo Online program, right?
Yes,
like,
2's on the Nintendo Online program, and it got a remaster during the PS3 and Xbox 360 era with the HD Online collection. Yeah,
we can see some rollback added to those games because what I can see from the Nintendo Online program, I think the online is not that good. So it would be great to have some like
Nintendo, great originals, bad online. That's kind of their motto.
Yeah, I was like a Smash player back in the day. So yeah, I'm during the pandemic. It was like
I played a lot of Smash Wii U with a wired connection, fighting against people with wired connections, and it didn't feel like we were wired. It felt like we were playing underwater. So.
Yeah, that was like the breaking point for me because I didn't feel like I was playing the same game. And I know during the pandemic you couldn't play offline, so yeah, I was like, no, this is not for me. I will play Guilty Gear Strive. So yeah, Nagoriyuki, I love you.
That's my boy. I'm a big Nagoriyuki fan. Yeah. When they gave him low Beyblade, I almost turned the game back on. I was like, whoa, a low?
Yeah, well, they are cooking. Okay. But let's see. Our players are just.
Oh, okay. We're finding a new match instead. That is the fun of online tournaments. Sometimes the players aren't ready in time, or connection issues arise, and you have to move on to a different match instead. Which means we might not get to see Kimberly this whole bracket. There's usually not too many of them, unfortunately, but.
I'm hearing
Mia offending both of her casters.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, I will pretend I didn't hear that. So yeah, everything is just a-okay. So let's see. But yeah, I hope Milo could make it later in the bracket. And one thing, like in the NA tournaments, it's very funny. It's the time zones. It's like sometimes confusing because here in Mexico we had like a time change every 6 months, I guess, but they took it away. So yeah, we were like very used to have 2 hours to Pacific and 1 to East.
Daylight savings time. Yeah, we had a similar thing here. I don't know if we're still doing daylight savings time in America. I wish, because I hate when it gets dark really early and I'm like, I have to drive home from work at 5 p.m. and it's already pitch black outside. What's happening here?
Yeah, like I must admit like something because it's very dark. But I hope they don't because I'm getting used to it. I'm just when I'm getting used to it, they will change it. So yeah, I don't know. It's not like, and I don't know if that works. I don't know. Ah, yeah, we're having a Kimberly as a Belmont is in the bracket. So yeah, we're getting another Mexican Kimberly. Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
two Mexican Kimberlys in the same bracket. That sounds like someone is gonna get can mixed. I mean, it's
Put
probably
me in,
their
coach.
fault.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
And some of these players will be running into our extreme bosses. There hasn't been one on for the first round matches that I've seen. Crossover RD, phenomenal player, really good.
Yeah.
We've seen him a few times already. Rookie, Jimmy DR, Jewelman, a local of my city, Jad Zero, and SimplyEgo, a name I've seen before but never seen play. So let's see if any of these players are. It'd be funny if they have to run into each other.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so in top 8, but early in the bracket, that will be crazy. Let's see. I mean, rookies in his own side, Jewelman too. We are like just waiting for a very, very stacked top 8. So yeah, we hope like the seats don't disappoint us. So let's see how it goes. By now, Jewelman, it seems, will face Milo Scorpius. He has one chance. He has one chance to get in time. So we hope he does.
Oh yeah, okay. He got his match.
Yeah, the DQ make him advance, but I don't know if he gonna make it in time. I hope he does. I don't see he play that much. Lately in Mexico we haven't had so much offline tournaments. I hope that changes soon. But I don't know. I think like this time of the year, like the last month of the year, like very slow.
Coming up to Capcom Cup, pretty slow. Most people have already qualified, or they're trying to qualify through the online tournaments that are specifically for Capcom Cup, so they're not playing in much else. But a lot of these smaller brackets are very compact and they're fun because you see a lot of people who are just big-time online grinders that will enter as many things as they possibly can. Two names that I see in here that are both local to me, legenddaddy and Jewelman, do exactly that. They're constantly trying to play as many online tournaments as they can, get better, get those small incremental wins where they can, and just stack up and learn how to play against better players.
Yeah, me too for Jazzero and Rookie. Jazzero is here from Mexico City, and Rookie is from the north of the country. But we see him very often. I wish I could see him more often because he's a very good friend of mine. We share a team, so I hope we could hang out in the future. But he's also on the leaderboard for the World Warrior here in Mexico. He won the first one, but
That's
now he's at fourth place, so he has 1 day to step it up, because if don't, he will be placed on the loser side of the bracket, a place you don't want to be at, where you are fighting for
Capcom Cup.
Exactly. For a Capcom Cup ticket. So please, Rookie, I know you're seeing this. Please step it up, please.
Yeah, a lot of killers. The further you get, the closer you get to that upper echelon of play, that high level of play, the less you can sleep on each individual player. You can say to yourself, oh yeah, I was just number 1 last week and now I'm number 4, so I'm gonna poop on everybody. And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you just end up in an awful position. You're like, uh-oh, like this guy prepared for the matchup perfectly, or he had all of my numbers that day and he made the right reads, and now I'm not going to Capcom Cup. And he is. So you gotta keep studying, keep grinding, and keep trying to improve to get better at Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, and this game is very like explosive. You cannot sleep on the job, because if you do, you will lose.
Something I joked around a lot when this game first came out is I called it Street Fighter Strive, because if you get punish countered the wrong way versus certain characters, you know, the Kins, the Ryus, the JPs, the Guiles, you lose 80%. You're like, what just happened? The Marissas, you're like, what just happened to my life bar?
Many times while playing Kimberly, it's like a very sad thing to do, because when you are like crushing the opponent, you are having like a great round, but you make a tiny mistake that put you on burnout. You cannot do anything. Yeah, end of the game, you will lose that round. Because you make like one bad decision, that bad decision will lead you to the other side of the corner, or I find very funny that Ken doesn't have to spend bar to change sides. He just have to do the dragon running,
Dragon Lash, yeah.
The dragon lash, and you're like, yeah, I'm on the corner. I have to guess at my theories. I have to react to drive impact with level 1.
He's gonna do stand heavy punch and drive impact, or stand heavy punch and not drive impact. Am I ready?
Yeah, and it's like so frustrating sometimes, but that's the rodeo. You have to be very, very much prepared.
Yeah, there's a lot of we have production in our ear.
Yeah.
I believe I can hear the buttons. It sounds like they're getting ready. It sounds like they're getting to the lobby. Hopefully.
The Eye in the Sky is talking, so we are just listening to it. Oh no.
Oh, unfortunate.
Just bear with us. We are just about to end to finish the first round, so we'll have a lot of matches.
Oh wow, okay. Legenddaddy versus Stevo. Where is that match at? Other side of the bracket. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong pool.
Legendary versus SteeloYangster. That might be or fair.
Yep, SteeloYangster. Yep, that's going to be the first match that we're getting on stream, as long as it doesn't continue to kick them. Here I also see Hoodless. I didn't know Hoodless played Street Fighter 6. That's really cool to see. A DOA player. I assume he just plays everything. Yeah.
I think it's a very good time to play like everything in the fighting game. We are in a very good spot. I mean, like 2XKO is quite fun. Street Fighter, Tekken. I might even
you can
say
find
like,
some enjoyment in every fighting game.
Yeah, in every fighting game. Yeah. I mean, you can like find like the one that is for you, but you don't have to be like, yeah, I'm just playing Street Fighter forever. We have a lot of where to pick at this time. So yeah, even you can play like I was learning Tear Strike a while ago. It's quite fun. It's a very fun game. Quite broken.
Yeah, I was playing the Tokon beta. I was very excited, ready to get into that. I hope Tokon comes out and is a phenomenal game. Then we have like an era of tag fighters, unprecedented that we haven't seen since, I don't know, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which would have been way before. Dragon Ball Fighters and Marvel Infinite were all around at the same time.
It's kind of funny because Dragon Ball FighterZ is still alive. I was very surprised that they are adding another Goku because I might.
How many more Gokus are there in the lore for you to add, right? I was like, oh, maybe they'll give us Raditz. That'd be really funny. They're like, nope, another Goku.
And I mean, like Raditz is like kinda Goku, but it will be like a little
brother of Goku. Here's another one.
Brother of Goku. But I don't know. I mean, I'm happy because I have a lot of friends who played very top level Dragon Ball Fighters at the time, and they're like not so very happy with how the game turned out to be. So I hope this balance patch make the things a little bit at least entertaining. So let's see. We have our first match.
Speaking of entertaining, we have Manon on screen. Legendary plays Manon. I'm not sure who SteeloYangster plays, but we're about to find out right now once they get into their match. We already have $6 added into the match arena. That's pretty good.
Please don't forget, add to the match arena we have, let's see, Marisa against Manon. Two characters that are shipped so much on the on the memes. But they are not quite common to see them play together.
Yeah, not a matchup that we're going to see very frequently. I think this is a matchup where Marisa's forced to start as much offense as possible without allowing Manon to get started. Because once she has medals, that damage parity becomes pretty even for both of them. You want to have a giant amount of damage in comparison to your opponents here for Marisa, which is good because SteeloYangster does take that first round.
Yeah, in a perfect KO. doing what Marisa does best.
Really good whip punish, dude. Standing right outside of those Manon ranges that look really powerful and really impactful. Taking this frames here. Oh, and gets the low. Really powerful stuff here. Gonna keep him in the corner, but does put himself into burnout. Will there be anything he can do off of this?
Perfect parry to save the day. Let's see if... Oh no, this will hit. And we have only one chance for the guessing game. Nice, getting out of the corner. Now with another
getting out of the corner
medal.
And still has a lot of burnout here, right? This feels really good. Canceling.
Yeah. Yes, incredible
Big
right
punish.
here.
That is medal number 5. I really like that. Going for the 5th medal here so that if he can win this round now, he is in damage. He's no longer in damage parity. Now, if Manon gets a command grab, it's going to be more than something that Marissa's going to get off for standard buttons.
And let's see, he's heard the third one. Let's see if he goes for another one. Right now, trying to guess the game right now for Marisa. And the bottom, the counter hits, doing.
And that's going to be it with the level 3 here.
Completely.
Oh no! Whiff! Scary stuff. Oh, that's unfortunate, but luckily didn't whiff the super as well. Now, just having to get out of this corner, the empty jump forward into the command grab. Legendaddy keeping it scary there, keeping it close. Really good stuff for that first game. A big adjustment we see there because Steelo did take that first game with a perfect.
With a perfect, and was playing like very aggressive, was taking the opportunity, but at the end of the day, Steelo was very anxious. We can see a lot of counter hit, and now he has to be very careful because we know how Marisa, Manon, likes to get up close and grab, but now we have corner.
Yeah, taking this corner, getting a lot of damage here, still only keeping Legendaddy on that 2nd medal level. Really don't want to let him get to 4 or 5. That's where it starts to get a lot more impactful for her. The empty jump getting punish countered. Wow, what kind of button was pressed there? And that is going to be that first round. Once again, SteeloYangster looking good going up this first round, but Legendaddy able to take it back last time. Let's see if there's any adjustments that could be made here. Trying to get a whip punish there, doesn't get it, but plays patiently for that command grab. Really good stuff.
Really good stuff right now. 3 medals on the board. Let's see how it goes. Trying to come right here. Come
that was
over
a great
here.
Combo. Really good conversion there.
Nice. Yeah.
And that's gonna kill. Oh my goodness, the perfect right back, showing him what you did to me last game, I can do right back to you.
Returning the favor right now, but now with 5 medals, this is very green for SteeloYangster. Level 3 right now on the deck. He will not use it, trying to go for the command grab, not getting nothing from it. Now with the counter.
Command grab after. That's what I was expecting to happen after that standing heavy kick. Really good stuff here.
I think that will be it. Remember, Marisa had a little bit of life, a little
more life than normal. Is probably alive here and going to be left on a pixel, but both of them are in burnout. This is a bad place to be, especially for Marisa. Not really a character who's going to get a lot of extra pressure, and any singular button that hits here is going to be enough to take it, and using a special move just to close it out. Legendaddy taking that 2-0, backing away and getting that special move for the chip out. Really good stuff.
Really good stuff. We were seeing like Marisa play the game, the very offensive game that she shines on, but the calm the Legendaddy had playing the Marisa, like waiting a little bit so the command grab game starts to roll. Was a perfect decision right there. He didn't like hesitate, he didn't like go full on board, and he paid at this time. So let's see. Now he might face rufianMX, one of our players right from Mexico, a Blanca who plays very, very aggressive.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very slow and steady, played in a more totally defensive way in the first round in both games, but it allowed him to start to get some of those medals that mattered so that he could create that damage disparity that's really hard for Marisa to come back from. Marisa is supposed to be the long-reaching, heavy-hitting character who makes you sit there and block. And once you have command grab on deck, now you're the aggressor. You're the one who's forcing your opponent to make the bad decisions, have to make reads that potentially could be life-threatening. And Legendaddy took advantage of that. That is one of the strengths of grapplers in fighting games.
Yeah, and in this game, even so, because you can cut distances so easily.
Drive rush, let's go. My favorite mechanic.
Drive rush. Sometimes when I play as Zangief, I have like the worst time because I don't think like headbutt should be that positive because don't at me. I think that move on block is like it's not a 50-50, it's a 50-80 because if you block, you might get you might get grabbed, so you lose like a lot of life. But if you don't block, you also get hit and you lose a lot of life. It's like
yeah, it becomes a 50-50 that never feels like you're on the winning end of it. You take that first knockdown and now it feels like the game is completely out of your control. You're took on a wild ride that you're just along for the ride for. You're on a roller coaster, you didn't get to choose the path. All you have to do is ride the roller coaster and hope to make it off on the other end.
On the other end, and sometimes you don't. But I don't know. It's like
sometimes you fall off the roller coaster, unfortunately.
Yeah, like Final Destination 3 type situation. But I mean, this is like a great moment to play grappler. So if you want to do so, even Manon, I don't think Manon benefits so much from those mechanics such as Zangief. But I don't think she's a bad character at all. I think the hardest, I don't know if hardest, but
of the three grapplers in Street Fighter 6, I do think that she's got the least simple grappler game plan, right? You think of the T-Hawk style grappler game plan, which is Lily, and it's a pretty simple, straightforward game plan. Really Unfortunately, not a strong character, but a simple game plan, right? Easy to execute. And then the same or pretty similar with Zangief, but with bigger buttons. Manon, she has to do a lot of like combos into her command grab. She's got to do a lot of anti-airs into command grab to get those medals on deck before she can just start to throw out the command grabs on you to make them really impactful.
Always surprised me, we were seeing in the last match, when you get the punish counter on the heavy kick, it's surprising to me that she doesn't get any like big combos.
You can do a special move that you can do the spin, or you can just drive rush at them for a 50-50, and he took the drive rush 50-50.
I don't know if Steelo knew that situation, because sometimes when you get like punish counter, you're like just like I got hit, let me wait for the combo to end, and boom, there comes the command grab. So yeah, sometimes it's like counter-intuitive, I don't know, because every character in the game has a combo of a punish counter except Manon. So yeah, it's like
it's weird to see that button. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get comboed, let me hold down back, and he's like, you're holding down back? That's exactly what I needed you to do.
Start to getting like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you gotta rub the hand, say, hold on, I'm cooking something up. It's called a Metal 5 command grab. Are you excited?
Are you excited? and the player like, nah, not really, but not particularly, but yeah, I guess so. Now let's see our next game. Who is on the board?
I believe it looks like our next match is going to be SimplyEgo versus Samuel.
It seems so. It seemed like SimplyEgo playing JP. I saw the trailer at the beginning. I saw SimplyEgo playing JP, so yeah. JP also a $1 million character, so yeah, I think.
Oh, $2 million characters. Yeah, we had the Jury. We were talking about Jury earlier, and also JP, a very strong character who recently got some additional buffs after being nerfed. They were like, we don't see JP enough. This old man lost his cane, and we gave him a walker. Let's give him back the cane.
Yeah, I don't know what Capcom were thinking at that time. Also, I have seen like a lot of modern JP players in ranked. I don't know why. Even yesterday at Evo France, I saw one modern JP, and I found it kind of strange. I don't know why, or to make like spikes go faster. I don't know. The thing is,
it's got to be about the simplicity of the game plan, where it makes it easier to execute some of the things that normally are unintuitive for older fighting game players, right? Most older fighting game players don't really like down input, so something like Chun-Li DP is really annoying. Something like spikes for JP is a little counterintuitive to traditional, quarter circles and Z motions. Maybe that kind of thinking about them as a secondary groove or secondary ism with modern is probably why they do it.
I don't know. Maybe that's why, but I find it like kind of funny to me, like having like a lot of modern JPs, which is like very strange, because I think it's a quite good match for Kimberly, but sometimes I find the JP player, like, I don't know, sometimes they go for the weirdest
if they make one read, they can like weasel their way out, but once you're on them, you're pretty sticky on them. It's kind of hard to get off, as Kimberly, a lot of times you're going to be able to double can setup as either a block pressure string, or you're going to be able to use one can to create plus frames for something like you're running. I think it's run forward light kick to get the plus frames, the +1, and you can continue to stay in JP's face and keep the pressure going. But I mean, if they squirrel away using one of JP's many pretty good defensive options, then you got to get back all the way in again. No projectile to fight back with.
Yeah, and you get like level 2, so you have to guess, and they are like 1.5 bar away, so you have to guess again because they will throw level 2 once again in the round. Yeah, like I think like the fatigue lies right there. For me, like the JP, sometimes like, oh yeah, I have to guess again.
Yeah, it's like the CJ. It's like the CJ meme in Grand Theft Auto. It's like, oh, here we go again. Yeah. It's
here we go again. But yeah, like, oh, here we go again. Oh, here we go again. Oh, here we go again.
3 level 2s in one match. My favorite. I love to do it.
And if the match is long enough, maybe 4. I think like I like Rashid, the character Rashid, but I don't like his level 2 because
not a fan of Racism Storm. Yeah, I think especially on a battery character, there are certain characters that I refer to as characters who they build meter extremely heavily. It's very simple and integrated into the game plan really well, where most of what they're trying to do and most of what they're going to do well also builds them their best meter, and that is a character like Rashid. Rashid is a battery. This man is always constantly gaining meter, and because of that, you're dealing with the Yasar a lot.
And the positive characteristics of the Isar is like quite a lot, but I think I'm happy, kind of happy. It's a great character, but I don't like Isar. I don't like level 2 insults. And I was seeing my calendar, and I remember this week we have C Viper coming back to the game, and she will have another. Yeah, and she will. Have
I don't think she's going to be legal for Frosty Faustings, though. Correct?
I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't really think so because I think she will be like very strong at first because she seems like a very mix-up heavy character. But I think she has like the same problems that all the mid tiers have, like Kimberly, that she doesn't have like a proper reversal. She doesn't have like a crouching medium kick cancel.
Drive rush, yeah. I think CMK drive rush is something that keeps characters very high on the tier list. Most of the characters with crouching medium kick drive rush are really powerful. It's just kind of one of the tools of the trade when it comes to this game. JP doesn't have it, but he has like a bunch of other things that unfortunately push him over the top into that contention of top tier. I do think also when you think of Street Fighter 6, you think of the parry, you think of all the drive mechanics, and having traditional left-right cross-up mix-ups just isn't very good. Having traditional overhead low mix-ups, because of how strong parry can be, not particularly very good if neither of those mix-ups are going to lead to plus frames where you can continue your offense after. And it is one of the things that I think holds a character like Kimberly back a little bit, and could even hold back C Viper.
Yeah, I think that's so. Maybe if the damage input she has is like very high, she could be like in the high tier around there because well, I was gonna say like M Bison has like a very high input, doesn't have a reversal, but he does like a horrible things with that crouching medium punch. So yeah,
we can count it. You know, if you delay your button long enough, you'll get crouching medium punched on wake up. Yeah, that's true.
And he had like the drive, like crouching medium kick cancel. So yeah, no Bison, M Bison can go to that. I don't mention the Dictator 2.
We are currently still waiting on a match from a couple of competitors. If you're still here, waiting around, hoping to get some more Street Fighter action, so are we. Go ahead and hit the Matcherino if you haven't already. Use up one of those free codes, give the competitors the extra money. Maybe putting more money in the pot will make them show up for their matches. That's the dream, right? This is one of the downsides of online tournaments. Sometimes people, they DQ or they're late or they're making their ramen. They're not particularly ready for ordering Korean barbecue. They're forgetting to play their matches, but we're going to keep getting the matches rolling on as soon as we can get them out to you guys.
Yeah, we are already for the round number 3, so maybe we will see Rookie against Luap, who is a Zangief character user. So let's see if Rookie is up for the task. Rookie playing all the Shotos in the world, Ryuken, Terry,
Akuma?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, Akuma, no. Yeah,
No Akuma? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Akuma is like too risky. You have to play.
He's like, oh, this one doesn't have enough HP. No, like if I get hit once, I die. I like the little buffer window.
Yeah, like he doesn't like the bet you have to make the character like function. So yeah, he's not using Akuma, but all the other characters, all the other Shotos, he used them. So let's see which character is more comfortable facing Zangief. And for the other side, Rookie being one of our Xtreme bosses. So yeah, the first appearance of one of them, and later maybe Jewelman will be showing as well. So yeah, two Xtreme bosses head to head.
Oh wow, yeah, and that would be before top 8. So that's a pretty pivotal match. We'll put one of them into the loser side, unfortunately. So we just have to hope that the better player wins and we don't see too much cheese or jank. But you guys, if you've seen enough online tournaments, you know Jewelman. That is the Honda extraordinaire. This guy, in the video game at least, is a bully. In real life, super sweetheart. You don't play with him in the game because he will make you regret most of your decisions.
Yeah, I mean, Honda is a character which has, I mean, some people like turn him down because he was like very annoying at first at the game because we didn't have like so much like how to play it. But once that like barrier broke, a lot of Honda players like left the character or left the game. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Honda players like since then. But Jewelman is one of the players that keep thriving with Honda and has all the tools, like you said, like it will make you cry. It will make you surely cry.
Yeah, some people you play them and you're like, man, this guy has to be the world's meanest person on the other side of the screen. And then you both hop out of the cabinet and he says GG's and you're like, oh, this guy's so nice. Like, why does he play like this in the game, man? Like, why is he doing this to people?
It's part of the job at the end of the day. Playing Honda.
Like, I'm here to win. I'm not here to make friends. I'm make friends after the match.
I'm playing a low tier. Like, you have to understand me, please. You have to understand me. I'm playing a low tier, so yeah, I have to play like this. I have to make like
it's the kind of character where you have to use a lot of his more unorthodox tools because everyone that has been playing this long already understands the stronger counterplay versus the character. So you have to have very unique setups. You have to have intricate counterplay to the matchup knowledge that already exists and has been established. All of these things make it feel as if the Honda player is going to have all these crazy reads on you, but it's really just the Yomi level 3 from your Yomi level 2. So you have to just keep that back and forth and the mind games going, otherwise your character falls apart.
Yeah, sometimes you have to like check on the opponent to see if he reacts to certain things that make Honda strong, like using a lot of the El Centón, I forget the name.
Butt slam, yeah.
Butt slam. Mm-hmm. You have to check if the opponent like is checking on it because sometimes
spots where, unfortunately, if you're playing for the Yomi level 1, then Honda will have the counterplay, right? You're going for things against the most simple game plan of Honda, and they have a level 2. You have to think about it. They have a great spacing for their headbutts, where they're trying to bait out your parries, or they're trying to force you into using DIs in bad positions, and then they can re-DI to kill you. And those are kind of the spots where it starts to really matter. Ooh, we do have a match. We're going to be getting Rookie versus Luap.
Luap, as I was saying, a Zangief player, which is starting very strongly. Careful.
And Rookie is one of our bosses today. Okay, he is one of our secret bosses.
Now he's having a tough time at the beginning of the game. Now Luap playing a lot, very aggressively with that drive gauge. Now on burnout. But
yeah, I think
Rookie's
this is
still
the
playing.
spot where Zangief starts to feel weaker. Right now, you have to try to not get jumped in on. You have to try to keep the ground safe while being in burnout, especially versus a character like Luke, who has phenomenally long buttons, really good conversions off almost everything. So it's hard to fight back without that meter. Now that he got out of burnout, Zangief is a complete character once again and might be able to somehow steal this back off one touch. Phenomenal walk back, taking that crouching medium kick to the bank, and that first round on deck for Rookie.
One of the things that you can do against Rookie is jump. Rookie's very, very skilled at anti-airs. He never misses one. You can see it right here. Now, let's see, trying to mix, jump into neutral, flash knuckle, again, anti-air, and this thing will be quite hard on Luap. Oh yeah, magnetic hands.
I like the immediate check, going for that SPD, trying to take some back to some of that tempo, take back some of that space, but unfortunately, immediately full-on aggression comes out of Rookie, using that level 3 and gonna take the Oki here. What is gonna be the mix-up? The throw, and it's just enough to kill, even with that higher health value from someone like Zangief. Not enough to live that.
And now let's see what is the situation at the beginning of the round. Now Luap playing a little bit slower than before, trying to catch Rookie unguarded. Now with the big buttons, right now trying to press, counter hit at this time. Again, playing, trying to make it jump right here, with nothing going. Luap has
I actually noticed instead, Rookie hasn't been jumping much to try to get away from command grabs. Instead, he's been doing block strings into immediate backdash to force out both beating the low and potentially beating a command grab. It's actually really strong because it leaves Zangief significantly more open, knowing that Luke has long enough buttons to create whiff punishes.
Yeah, and this time it's working really well. Rookie having a rush to be somewhere, because now Luap doing his best to stay alive on the winner side of the bracket. Again, anti-air, very nice. But yeah, the first time
Calling
didn't
out
work.
the empty jump parry.
And be careful, because we have throw loop, we have one, we have two, but now the corner
to get out here.
Luap. Yeah,
and he still has a bar of meter to play with here. Let's see if Rookie is going to try to check out with that DP. This time checking out with the DP, knowing that it could potentially burn him out, but would rather burn out of his own accord than give his opponent the burnout, right? Instead of putting himself into a situation where he was going to have to hold it, he wanted to burn himself out to try to get offense back. Luke can play really well in burnout because of the fact that he has a strong projectile, but not enough. Luap taking that second round, and now we're going into a round 3 for this game too.
at the end of the day, playing greatly. You mentioned it before. Zangief can steal the rounds if he is like very patient, but again jumping and getting punished for that.
Yeah, trying to call out these projectiles, but Rookie keeping his projectile tempo very off-key, so it's hard for a player who's trying to play rhythmic and more robotic, less organic, to be able to read these projectiles. It hasn't worked out for Luap much, getting anti-aired almost every time. Still has a little bit of life to play with here, but last time he got thrown. Will we see a throw again? This time going for the jump back, maybe expecting him to try to go for a counter command throw.
And now let's see.
Patiently. And there is that fireball to beat the standing medium kick. Not enough to do it. Luap trying to just walk him down, face pressure, but unfortunately, Rookie playing as phenomenal as we expected. One of the Xtreme bosses here tonight, so it makes sense to see him play as well as he did.
Yeah, the name is there and the play was too. Rookie getting just one step away from top 8. The next match might be against Spider War or Asa Belmont. Asa Belmont, as I mentioned, one of the strongest keyboard players right here in Mexico, also doing some numbers at the World Warrior. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Up next, we have a Jewelman against RicaTumbado.
Oh, another one of our bosses. Okay.
Yeah,
and this is the player we were speaking of earlier. You know, the Honda player extraordinaire hasn't dropped this character, hasn't let him go. Been playing Honda almost exclusively since Street Fighter 4. He's an old man. He's been playing a long time.
Hey, we are not revealing like
yeah, he's developed unk status. So that's all I'll say. He's got the unk status.
The unk status. We are not like the Xtreme Boss. At this time, he's the unk boss.
Yeah, he's the unk boss, not the Xtreme Boss. Exactly. He's the one that you've got to beat him to get invited to the cookout, right? He brought the sausage and the brisket. If you can't beat him, you're not invited.
You cannot watch the how it's called when you are out at the stadium when you're gonna watch like some football game. when they do barbecue on their cars and so. Well, that you have to be jewelman to be able to access those events outside of the Cowboys Stadium. A big Cowboy fan right here. I love the Cowboys. It's a quite.
It's a Texan. I'm actually not a Cowboys fan. Me personally, I'm a Lions fan. But hey, to each their own. I like bad video games as much as some people like bad football teams. So that's okay.
I cannot say anything. I cannot say anything. I regret the life that I choose. I have to be very honest. But I don't want to switch teams. So yeah. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I love the Lions too. They have it great. So yeah, I hope they face each other on the conference championship. But that is not going to happen. One can only dream.
Ooh, RicaTumbado. You said this was a who did they play?
I'm not quite sure. He is from Mexico, but I'm not quite.
A jury
Jury player. Have a lot of jury players right here in Mexico. He's from Callejera, like a clan right here in Mexico. And let's see the EX bomb. Now we'll have a rough time at this moment again, having the plus frames. You have to be very careful because jewelman is showing the money right now.
Yeah, I will say that Jury is one of the characters with long enough buttons really to fight back extremely well versus a character like Honda. If you're ready for a lot of the butt slams and you're ready for headbutt, she also has an anti-air and vulnerable DP. Both of those are considered air buttons, so you can use those on reaction if you're strong enough, if you're fast enough. But it is one of those things that because of how fast they come through, sometimes the mental stack, it's just not there. You try to anti-air with the wrong button and get crossed up. That's exactly how it feels to fight against E-Honda.
Is having RicaTumbado is having right now. Ooh, the first command grab is having
cancel. Oh my lord.
Let's see if jewelman will not try this again. Now with the counter hit, the trade not working.
Getting the trade combo.
Yeah. Now changing the charge,
but now into the second Ochio throw. Only has one Fuha stock left here. Scary stuff for Rica here.
Let's see if Rica doesn't try to do something risky at this time. Has critical art on deck. Oh yeah, again. Canceling the animation. This time
I think even landing a crouch medium kick into a drive rush or something like this into a level 3 for this next setup, you will be able to take this round, but now you're going to be down in meter versus a full meter E-Honda for the final round. This will kill 100%, but now you've got that meter disparity to think about for the last round. Another thing that was just an advantage for jewelman being able to take that first round without having to spend any meter.
I am a full like supporter of having your meter drain if that will make you win the round. So yeah, I think
I like to say spin the cash, get that ass. Yeah. That's one of my favorite sayings, and I say it because sometimes you've got to have them on the ground. You've got to see the KO screen, and whatever it's gonna cost, pay the cost to be the boss.
I mean, it's completely true. I wouldn't be against it. And right now, you can see RicaTumbado having a great round, but now in burnout situation. Ooh,
burnout versus Honda could have been bad, but the neutral jump there, able to keep him alive, force out the whip from jewelman, and take that first game. RicaTumbado looking strong here on the jury.
Looking great at this time, winning one of the first match from our Xtreme Bosses. Right now trying to parry, nice with the whip punish right now. Again, trying to go forward, the headbutt EX right now.
Yeah, armored headbutt there.
Yeah, and now getting closer. The drive gauge is a little bit scary, but now in the corner, jewelman is in great trouble.
Ooh, able to jump out of the corner. This is a phenomenal position for jewelman here. Doesn't have the life lead, but has the drive gauge lead, which in a lot of these situations is significantly more important. Takes another chunk of the drive gauge right there, forcing out the block of the drive impact. That could be it. That could be death. He does have the level 2 here. Is he gonna spend it? Instead, trying to just rely on this final mix-up situation. Putting himself into lower drive gauge, potentially a bad situation here. Has one more crouching medium kick drive rush to spin, walks back and spins it. Spin the cash, get that ass. There we go. RicaTumbado looking really strong here.
Looking great at this time, trying to parry the bot slam, not getting it at this time.
Interesting trades for the anti-airs.
And going like we take those from RicaTumbado. The life lead is it was quite good. Now back in the corner.
The trade combo too. That was really good. Stuck in the corner here, trying to check out with a slower button, unfortunately, and almost getting killed for it. The perfect parry, able to take back some amount of advantage here, not taking back the corner though. So playing extremely patient, only has this one piece of health left, and it's not enough. Jewelman will advance forward using that head.
And I think Jewelman is not taking so much advantage of RicaTumbado, like pressing a lot of buttons. A lot of counter hits has been showing in the game. You can see right here. Let's see if he can make something happen. Yeah, trying to DI on DI.
You know, I said he was unk status. I didn't mean he couldn't react to DI. That's not what I was saying. So this could be a bad situation. Now going to get burned out here, and Jewelman will be closer to 3 bars of drive gauge. This is a really good position to be in. Unfortunately, spent that level 3 first, which means that if he doesn't get the burnout, and I was wrong, he didn't, you could be contending with a crouch medium kick drive rush into level 3 confirmed. So you're gonna have to try to close out as much of this health as you can, potentially even get a DI here, but spending that level 1 and it's being blocked, that should be enough for Jewelman to take this game number 2.
RicaTumbado flying very close to the sun right here, and almost getting the hit with the neutral jump, but not getting it. So let's see how it goes. We keep the same characters. We know Jewelman will not change from E Honda. RicaTumbado having trust on Yuri right now, playing neutral. And let's see.
Ooh, the crouching medium kick getting whiff punished heavily. This is a huge drive gauge lead for Jewelman right now, and able to push towards the corner here.
And it seems like Jewelman is getting very comfortable in the situation right now with the headbutt, and yeah,
and that's gonna kill the Ocho throw. Man, he had every right read in that first round of the last game.
I love the perfect letters right there, and now RicaTumbado has to make adjustment very quickly, but this seems very bad for RicaTumbado.
Yeah, Jewelman is playing a lot faster now, going for that immediate armored headbutt just to keep tempo and keep his turn as long as possible. Worked out, and now still pushing RicaTumbado towards the same corner. Hasn't even made any real adjustments here. This is scary to look at, but still does not have the level 3 on deck. Could potentially fight back here if he's not just getting clapped up. Give him the hands. Here we go. Are we going for the side swap? No, instead taking the small confirm into the projectile.
Let's see if that makes any. Ooh, this will be a block.
That's a lot of life to. Gonna have to shoot through this life, and probably won't be able to do it with level 3. So we still have potentially another interaction, and Jewelman wins that final interaction. We'll take it and send RicaTumbado down to the loser side. Played really well, but yeah, this is why we've seen Jewelman as one of our extreme bosses so far.
Yeah, but playing great. RicaTumbado from one of the extreme bosses. She was playing really good. He was playing really good. So, I don't know. It will be like a little shark going into the loser round. So, yeah, I will be very frightened if I will face RicaTumbado in the loser bracket.
Yeah, definitely played higher than their seed suggested, which is a good thing, right? You want to play better than your seed is telling you're gonna play. If you're seeded first, well, you don't got a choice. I guess you got to play like seed 0, but otherwise, there's always somewhere to go. There's always a further up. There's always a better play you could have made, which we saw there that Jewelman made the better plays, played really aggressive in those rounds that he won, kept tempo, kept a good pace, and tried to get as many potential neutral skips as he could with that wall of the standing heavy punches, really using those just the big forward advancing button to create as many whiffs as possible. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I love to you love to see the adaptation from Jewelman, like having that struggle at the beginning of the set, and at the end just like going for a picnic in the summer, just playing very nicely, very aggressive, and just great all over the place. So yeah, we are just getting closer to our top 8 bracket. We have both of we just have one left. CobraTango Jascef is scheduled for the next
yeah. Wonder if that will be fighting Ruffian for a potential top 8 spot. On the other side, we have Hoodless versus SimplyEgo. Hoodless, a DOA player, versus SimplyEgo, one of our other extreme bosses for tonight on this side of the bracket.
JP2, it seems Jascef playing JP, so let's see if he gives the the Psycho Power school into our bracket. So yeah, love to see it. Love to see it. I mean, I don't like to fight JP that much, but I like seeing JP. Like,
I think watching JP zone people out very well is extremely fun to watch, not extremely fun to play against. The kind of character where you're rooting for the person to get in. He is such a good villain on the screen, right? Not even in the story, just in the match. You're watching him and you're like, I hope this dastardly zoning coward loses. But the zoning is an art, and because it's such a phenomenal art to watch, like, okay, he played well. He zoned him out well. He called all the right reads, called in the walk-ins, called in the jumps, used the teleports in the perfect places. Has a lot of good options, but balancing those options is what makes a good JP play.
Like using the same option over and over again with any character will make you any good. But yeah, with a character like JP, even so with like doing Amnesia a lot. I always struggle with Kimberly like baiting Amnesia from a JP, because I tend to like all Kimberlys tend to be like overly aggressive. So yeah, the Amnesia like sometimes I don't like that button. I don't like that special, and I'm like very thankful that the move is nerfed, because at the beginning of the game it was like the worst thing possible. Now it's just like, yeah, I get like you can cut me off my combo, yeah, whatever. So it's okay. You can just do Amnesia.
Amnesia is a lot weaker. Still a powerful tool to beat people being, as you said, very one-dimensional. But now it's used more as like a crutch, a get-out tool that is baitable and usually is going to lead to a giant punish for the other player. Right? You don't have to swing into JP as frequently.
Yeah, and I mean, it's okay, because if you read the option, you will be punished very harshly. So yeah, it's like not that bad of option to throw out like in the air. So yeah, see, I don't know. I have like forceful feelings. Lately I have been playing more with Aki. Like I had like a burnout. I might say like burnout from Kimberly. Like I was like, I don't have that dog in me to play like so aggressively with Kimberly. I had like that doubt, and now like I started to train with Aki, which I don't think is like so different from Kimberly. I mean, she had like very similar bad matchups.
Similar bad matchups, similar normals. Like a lot of the normals are going to be used in the same places. Unfortunately, kind of has similar issues when it comes to getting out on defense. Right? She's got the squirm, but the squirm doesn't get her out versus throws. And there are a lot of big buttons that will beat it as you're leaving. You're squirming out, and you see a Ken standing heavy punch turn around and hit you, and like, it's been a long day without you, my friend.
And it's. But I mean, one thing that I like about Aoki is like she can be played a little bit more defensively, because sometimes with Kimberly, I mean, I cannot say like medium kick, standing medium kick is like a bad button. It's like the greatest button that have ever existed in the history of the fighting games. But you cannot like mash it when you see a drive rush as the medium punch from Aki. The medium punch from Aki is like very mashable as soon as you see green. You see green, you start mashing that button like crazy, because it will.
Yeah, it's a very good crouch. It's a very good drive rush check.
Unless you're playing like a Ken or a Yuri that can like make their
normal's extremely long. Yeah. You can use a button from Ken, like his standing heavy punch, which kind of reels back on the beginning of the animation. So as you're doing it, he reels back, and then he beats your standing medium punch, which feels extremely bad, because that's supposed to be your drive rush checking button. Unfortunately, the button you're really supposed to use to check drive rush is crouch medium kick, but you get nothing off of it as either Kimberly or Aki. So yeah, very similar situations there. Unfortunately, from those ranges, they don't really get too good things of their buttons off of their crouching medium kick.
As you'd like to suffer sometimes. I refuse to.
My other character is DJ, so I'm eating good when I decide to get off of Kimberly. Unfortunately, I like to suffer as well, so I play. I'm a standing medium kick bot. I standing medium kick. I standing heavy punch. Those are my favorite buttons. I'm like, I know these buttons aren't that good, but they're her best buttons, so I'm gonna use them a lot. You're gonna see them out of me.
Throwing and throwing. you have to like whiff punish me, and whiff punish the medium kick from Kimberly is quite difficult. Even when you are like playing mirror, it's quite difficult to whiff punish that button because it comes very quickly. But if you do, it's over. It's over. You with Ken, you have like heavy punch, and you just like running Tatsu. You're in the corner, and bye bye. You have just
You see a lot of the better characters in the game share very similar things when it comes to their suite of normals. They have crouching medium kick drive rushes. They have long advancing or extremely active standing heavy punch or standing heavy kicks. In the case of DJ, you can think of something like his crouching heavy punch. His crouching fear is very active button that you can use from a lot of ranges to combo and confirm things. And next, it looks like we're going to be having Jascef versus CobraTango. Sweet. All right. This is another, I can't say local. He's a couple hours away, but CobraTango also been playing Street Fighter for a long time, since at least Street Fighter 4.
Now having a new character, Sagat, the latest.
Oh, yeah. Was originally on Akuma, but good to see someone on the Sagat, a character we don't see too often in these brackets, unfortunately. But I think he's very strong once mastered, once played well. He's got a lot of good bully options.
Like Pugera is doing a great job using him in bracket, and he seems like very scary. I don't hope the meta for Sagat develops so quickly, but at this time CobraTango having a very rough time, and let's see if the perfect goes inside. And
yeah, that is gonna take it. Jascef taking that first game, or that first round, looking really phenomenal, zoning out a character with such big buttons, right? All of these extra projectiles are something that Sagat does have to try to deal with, unfortunately, but it's really hard when you're also trying to walk your opponent down with similar size ranges to some of their normals.
Yeah, and
Ooh, a second DP. Not allowing him to walk out there.
No, and you don't have to. But incredible night, the command grab, just a black point. Let's see how it goes. The spike getting into it. At this time, the neutral playing. You have to play neutral with Sagat. He has a very great neutral, great buttons. But now, let's see how it goes. Level 2, and the guessing game start right here.
Yeah, and you're forced to take some of this unless you choose to break that throw. That's really good. That's going to keep him alive here, and he should be able to set up for the DP chip out. It didn't work. Unfortunate. Now he's going to have to try to find something else here, but that might just kill because it was punish counter.
It was punish counter, and I think he went like away with murder at this time because he could just hit the heavy punch. I don't think he was that far, and you know that the cane is gigantic when it comes to hitting, but right now the result is simply the same, and now CobraTango having a really rough time fighting JP.
Yeah, not a character that he may be familiar with after not playing against this character for so long, right? I think by the time Sagat came out, JP had already been nerfed twice, so he was significantly less strong. This is one of those times where you just have to have maybe old matchup knowledge in check, and if you don't have it, you do get bullied by some of these more powerful characters.
This time CobraTango is suffering from that, but I think it's great that he keeps the Sagat playing on tournament. Sometimes when you're trying to change or you're trying a new character, you just like, I will.
Yeah, you don't want to get egoed off of your character, right? I think
yeah.
sticking to your guns, even if you're losing with the character, especially in these low-stakes online tournaments, is a good idea, right? You're playing against some really strong players. They're playing hopefully at their best, so learning how to play against the characters that you generally struggle against on your new character is better than going back to your old character. Immediately checking out really good stuff from Jascef there. I really like that. But unfortunately, in a bad situation here and able to use the level 2, I think that's just going to take it here. Able to full combo, gets the level 1 at the end as well, I believe. Let's see if he's gonna get it. No, sets up for one final portal. And actually dying to the second portal spike there, Jascef able to take that game. That does put CobraTango into losers and puts Jascef further into making it into potentially top 8.
Yeah, he's going up. Up next he will face rufianMX, and I find I was going to say, like, I find that CobraTango was missing some of the Oki that Sagat has. I think up close I found funny like the medium punch was like a very meh button when it was shown. Like doesn't have any range, but when you are up close to the opponent and you start mashing that button, it's completely you can do anything. You
It
have to
feels
guess on
belligerent,
perfect
yeah.
parry. Yeah, it's
I think the
horrible.
one
It's
time he did try to
horrendous.
use it on Oki, unfortunately, he got amnesiaed, right? Got the
Oh,
DP,
okay.
walked up in the corner, immediately jammed on that standing medium punch on Oki in the corner,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
that was his
amnesia
time.
blew it up. That is one of those situations where sometimes it just feels like, oh, my best Oki, my most common Oki, is the wrong thing to do versus the player who's ready for it. But into this next match, we are gonna have Hoodless. This is a top 8 qualifier on the winner's side. Hoodless versus SimplyEgo, another one of our XFS bosses. I do think that this is a matchup that really sucks for Zangief, but if anyone is going to do it, it's someone who's been playing 3D fighters, because you have to be significantly more patient. There's a lot of risks you can't take in 3D fighters or you just immediately die, and that's where Hoodless comes from. He comes from DOA, so let's see what he can do here.
This time he's having a very rough time. Let's see now.
Oh my gosh, the immediate mix. Ego is not playing around. He definitely wants to be sitting pretty on the winner's side of top 8, no problems.
And the high low mix up doing the DC guard for Hoodless. Now let's see, trying to play a little bit more defensive now, getting closer to the corner. Let's see if the portal comes home. Waiting now, but pressing a button again, trying to walk forward. Now let's see, level 2, not the correct punish. Right now with the counter hit, not pressing again. The third hit on the medium punch again in burnout, and just having
the bad spot to be in burnout.
Yeah,
using that low 2 times in a row, calling him out, trying to press a button there, and there goes the overhead. Not able to parry once you're in burnout. A pretty bad situation to be in versus a JP with level 2.
Yeah, like even without the level 2, it was a very rough situation to be in. And now let's see if Hoodless can make some adjustments going forward. And again, facing the big normal from JP. And again, trying the distance. The drive gauge going down.
Yeah, it really feels like there's just not a lot of checks that he's been able to make, right? Like, you really want to start your offense by being able to slow down a player like Ego and a character like JP, he's playing it very aggressively and fast on JP, but it doesn't feel like he's found the right buttons and the right spacing to slow down the playstyle from Ego.
Yeah, he's not finding that option, and now again,
we're trying to check out, and there goes the burnout. Doesn't even go into level 1, doesn't have it yet. There's no reason to use it here. Instead, trying to just beat him with the burnout. That is going to take this first round in game number 2. Speed running his way into top 8.
We had like waited for matches, but Ego was like, I'm completely ready to just run over.
He's like, I've been trying to play forever, man. Let's get it started.
Let's get it
started and finished. Ooh, okay, the reversal with the lariat, able to fight back here. Ooh. And beating a parry as well with a basic throw, looks like.
Of damage right here. He could make something going. Hoodless has to go
walking him down.
Level 2
I like this mostly because of the fact that he had drive gauge victory for a while. Had a lot more drive gauge than Ego, but unfortunately able to use that whiff that was created off of the command grab to secure this final round and put himself into winner's side of top 8.
And I mean that he tried to SPD, and I agree with that decision because it was like an executive decision. It was like a win condition. If that SPD connected, it will be a very different story, because I don't think JP will have died from that, but at least he will be very close to getting the round. So I think
it puts you on a spot where you're now more likely to make mistakes because you have so little life to play with. And I guess Ego was ready to call that. Had done a few backdashes trying to maybe beat command throws, but that was the first one that landed, and it was in the spot where it mattered, and sometimes that's how it ends up.
Yeah, so you have the Zangief life. There are 2 Zangief lives. So yeah, this the life that was playing for Luap a little while ago, and the place the Hoodless was playing right now. But I think like he's playing really good. I don't know why he is not in Master already. He has to be to get like the competition ready. So yeah.
Yeah, playing against Diamond players just isn't it. Even me, someone who doesn't play a lot of Street Fighter, I am already sitting pretty in Master Rank. If I ever decide to go back, I can get beat up until I get better.
Yeah, and even so, I don't think playing Diamond players is like that bad because some Diamond players are like, I don't like very crazy to say something. Like they throw buttons like, what are you doing this?
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think a lot of that comes from playing against each other so frequently, right? You're playing against a lot of other high-level players, so you have to make your options a little more risky. We saw here 0226 immediately use a crouching medium kick into the Fuha to call out Jewelman walking forward round start. Not something you're ever going to see in a competitive Street Fighter match, or you think you won't. And those reads happen because of how often maybe these players play against each other, or how often they're used to seeing some of these matchups. Oh, trying to use a DP there, but unfortunately gets crossed up on it, so he doesn't get the DP timing. And that is going to be able to kill. I like that. Actually able to not use the bar of meter there because using the extension with the Fuha stocks instead. Building those stocks was the best thing he could have done to secure some extra meter.
Yeah, he had a lot of options right there. He could like cancel into drive rush too. So yeah, great play right now from Easy. He's playing right here from Mexico. I don't know why he uses now like 0226.
Yeah, I was confused about the name. I was like, I don't know what name I'm looking at here.
Yeah, he's Easy. Played right here from Mexico, Easy Money. But now in the corner board. Now let's see the reaction.
The level 3.
Yeah, Easy like the Unk state too. But we are seeing the reaction from the...
Yeah, the Unk still got reaction.
The Unk, yeah, completely.
Oh, I like the backdash there, just trying to stay outside of the range of Ochio throw, but instead getting hit by this command grabs. I'm sorry, by this headbutt instead.
Ooh. Now with the DP, waking up, and now Jewelman in a very bad situation, trying to being chased down. Yeah.
Ooh, and the punish actually gets a whiff punish with the crouching medium kick on that headbutt, the delayed headbutt, trying to use maybe the medium there to call out a potential DI because it would have whiffed and he would have been able to DI back or parry back, but just not taking the bait there and taking his punish. I really like that from Easy Money.
Or Easy Money, right. Well, we call him Easy. He's like a player. He was like in the chat a while ago. But I don't know why he's like using that name. He's trying to try something maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I think we hear the match here, but actually don't see the feed. So unfortunately, there's not too much I can talk about on the screen because I can't even see. If you could see the life bars, you could probably assume what's happening. But right now, you've just got raw audio and the voices of the commentators.
Yeah. Okay. We are back. We are completely
and
back.
Jewelman did take that first round.
Speed running while we weren't watching. Like Jewelman at this time, he's in the jury hell and still driving. Let's see how the adaptation goes. Ooh, nice punish counter.
That shimmying. I like it.
Completely in the corner, and right now with the hands trying to press, trying to go, but still going.
Yeah, Jewelman's got a great way to wall off with this jumping heavy punch. It hasn't really been answered by any character so far, and both of the players we've seen him fight against have an invulnerable DP, like an answer DP. No one's been really punishing this this jumping heavy punch. And just a timing call out. Phenomenal stuff from Jewelman there. Speed running through that second game. Wants to try to get himself into top 8 as well, so he's gonna have to beat EC first.
Yeah, let's see if Jewelman can get out of the jury hell safely. Now going back, trying to make a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing time right here. Some of the players easy trying to get something going because the first match was very good from Easy, but now Jewelman taking the names and doing like a more relaxed, well, I might not say more relaxed, more like trying to punish those evidence flaws. So yeah, let's see how it goes in match number 3.
Ooh, and in the ring, they're getting serious.
Yeah,
right. Once again, the immediate call out on the advancing option using that low projectile from Jury, but the punish counter off of the parry for Jewelman, getting the enhancement too, but the DP fighting back here.
Let's see, trying to enter now with the counter here. Ooh, with the command grab.
And that's going to push towards the corner here too, going for that backdash, which puts them even further into the corner. Maybe not the best thing for EC to do there.
And maybe Jewelman might have seen that Easy in the last match like dropped the controller once the level 3 was done. Oh, overhead.
And able to sneak in that round. Really good stuff from Easy there, making Jewelman kind of get caught off guard by the overhead setup.
It's their contest right now. With the lights, with the pressing, now with the DP out of
I like that. The same thing that Jewelman did to his opponent in the last game we just saw him play, keeping the tempo by just immediately throwing out their invulnerable option. He says, no, you're not taking your turn back here. You're going to hold another one of mine. And right now it's working out great for him. Getting the drive rush throw here, getting the regular throw, but better break from Jewelman. Able to push back towards center screen here. Not getting the punish, but at least they're now at center screen. Doesn't have to do with anything other than a potential DP on wake up.
Have to be very
Try
careful.
to bait it out. Yep. And the Ocho throw. This is a one-touch situation for both of them. Level 3 could kill. Gonna have to be careful here. Yep. The plus frames keeping them because of the fact that he's in burnout. One more mix-up. And stuck on the other side. Could get chipped. Jewelman not pressing and able to take that game. That's so scary. Now doesn't have any meter to fight back with here. And Jewelman has 3.
And the momentum is completely on his side. Let's see how it goes, because there will be damage. Not trying with the level 3, just one opening, and that will be it for Easy. The drive impact at this time.
Ooh, I like the
DP. Yeah.
He's ready, kind of keep himself alive here. This is a bad position to be in here, though, and it could easily lead to an Ocho throw or a level 3 on the DI. What a phenomenal read. Jewelman was ready for everything and secures himself a spot in winner's side top 8.
That was just great. Like you said, Jewelman was ready for everything. Like he has covered like the drive impact. Easy was with no super bar. So yeah, that was great play from Easy. For Jewelman, and he escaped the jury hell safely.
Yeah, two juries knocked down. He said $1 million character. Can I get 500,000? I took out 2 of them.
He should be rewarded. Well, I mean, the Macherino is going pretty well, but we have still some code to be claimed. We have 41, so yeah, please claim the code.
If anyone is in here watching and has any of the social media accounts potentially you can use for Macherino, it is as simple as logging in after hitting the claim code button. You log in with one of the many social medias you can use, including a Twitch account, which you're using to watch this stream, I hope, so you can type in the chat and say how much you like the commentary, hit the claim code button, and you will add 25 cents to the pot. It's free money for the players as long as you are here, big time chilling, vibing, watching the matches.
And we can see like there is like a lot of login options. So even if you have like one account, you can maybe, you have a super solid ID account, so you can maybe, I don't know, you use it just like.
Yeah, even if you're a dweeb who only plays Overwatch and you're on battle.net, you can use your battle.net as well. Like, there's no excuses. Even the worst of social media platforms, we got them here.
So yeah, please claim the code, with whichever way you want. It will be really appreciated, because we have like the 50, you can see right there, the 50 direct contribution directly to the prize pool. So also please remember, we have a lot of tournaments coming very soon. Next week we will have the Soulcalibur VI tournament. Next after that, Dead or Alive 6, and next after that, Tekken 8.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of good brackets coming up, and continually will have more Street Fighter every single month, at least one a month, until this season is over.
In March, just before, I think, I don't know which is the exact date, but maybe just shy of Capcom Cup, which will be at March 11th, I think. So yeah, it will be a great time to be like playing Street Fighter 6. I hope for that time we will have Alex. I don't know if Ingrid might be. No, I don't think so. I think Ingrid will be like April. Alex for sure. Alex, I think I'm very like.
We'll have a new character around the corner. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Alex. I hope like he's a. I will find him very fun. So yeah, let's see how it goes in the future.
Yeah, hopefully the new Street Fighter characters that continue to come out will be as innovative as the last. I do like seeing a lot of the modern ways that they've decided to redesign these characters to make them fit in the fashion and the engine of Street Fighter 6 when it comes to the drive gauge, or when it comes to the way the new split meter system works. We see some characters lose moves, but we also see them gain moves in different ways where they didn't exist before, where they used to be their V trigger and now it's a level 2. It used to be a reversal, but now it's just their bread and butter combo ender. Really cool things that we've seen from the Street Fighter team so far, and really good matches that we've seen. Most of them have been pretty fast. This is a game where if you make a mistake, you just die. I call it Street Fighter Strive for a reason. I make the jokes, but Street Fighter 6 is a very aggressive game, and we see a lot of high octane matches for this exact reason.
Yeah, we have a very, and even in the first two format, it's even faster. I think sometimes you even don't have the time like to adapt correctly. I have that problem in the first of two format because it goes so fast, and some players, like, I don't know, there are some very aggressive players that you have to like water down a little bit. You take a little bit of time to be you have to stop doing this, so yeah, I have to do that. So sometimes take time, and they are like very strong players in a first of two format. So yeah, let's see.
Quick bracket update. It looks like right now we have off stream happening. Ruffian versus Jascef. We have SimplyEgo making it into top 8. The winner of Ruffian versus Jascef will be going into top 8. On the loser side, we'll be having Hoodless versus CobraTango to fight out for top 8. And the loser of P, which was Ruffian and Jascef, will fight SteeloYangster for top 8 as well on this side of the bracket.
We will have it on this side of the stream. It's the next match. We have seen these two players play here in the stream. Now we'll be having again, but for a ticket for top 8. So yeah, it will be very exciting. And before I go, because our last match of the my blog right here before top 8 will be a Kimberly player as a Belmont against RicaTumbado.
All right, let's see it. Hopefully it will be a good match. Finally getting to see some Kimberly action on stream. Been waiting around for it.
I always love my Bushin Rugil, so yeah. I love seeing her some from time to time. And even so, I think it's like a very common character right now in Japan. I have seen like the charts that put the legend players, and I have seen Kimberly like in 4th, but I think that's just like the more like the Japanese side of the players. I think they have seen something with Xian was playing, Surini has was playing too. Very shy of getting into top 8 of Evo France. So yeah, let's see if Capcom Cup has some new Kimberlys, because we have very few every time. So,
yeah, I'm used to just seeing Shine here on the American side, and there's a few in Japan, a few worldwide as well. Not too many, but the representation is getting more and more dense, right? I think as these Kimberly players share tech with each other, play against each other and with each other and coach each other, you see all of the Kimberlys kind of rise up together. And it's the same way with every character, right? We've seen significantly more Aki. It wasn't just Broski and Hikari. We see more Ryu now that the character's been buffed, and there's also more players on the character teaching each other, including some of the stronger younger players like Cryme. Hopefully we see just phenomenal, strong character representation across the board for Capcom Cup and for even these smaller tournaments. We've seen Honda, we've seen JP, we've seen Sagat today, we've seen multiple juries. There is a wealth of characters in a pretty large roster that are viable in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, and like you said before, I think like the development team from Street Fighter 6 has been doing a great job in developing. It's like if Ingrid was announced for Street Fighter 5, I think all the people will be like, no, how you get a slot to Ingrid? But now I think she will be a very interesting character, because they has been making a great job. So I'm very excited to see Ingrid. Even so, I kinda disliked Karin Kansuki, not for because the character is great, I love her. it was like a headache. I remember in Street Fighter V, the early days, it was like shit, like very strong.
Yeah, V trigger, her V trigger still tilts me. Just thinking about her V trigger makes me makes me not like her. I'm like, actually, she could never come back and I'd be fine. I don't mind.
I think she will not. I think Ingrid is like, yeah, I'm taking the. I can bet.
They're like only
Ingrid...
one schoolgirl thanks. A schoolgirl outfit, only one. We're not having 3 anymore. No Sakura, no Karen. We got the one Ingrid.
Sakura will be like, I don't know, like in the last season, because she's like, Sakura sells a lot. So yeah, in the Super Street Fighter 6 or something like that, she will be the face as the plaster. But I don't know. I think we will see if Karin will be coming back when the Ingrid trailer shows, because I think they will like fuse both of them into one character. I think like that will be like quite a good thing to do. So we don't have like a slot wasted on Karin in the future. So yeah.
Hey, big roster, a lot of characters. Hopefully we see some fan favorites return. And hopefully there's no omissions that really completely make the game feel like it's not worth it for some players. There's a lot of playstyles already catered towards in Street Fighter 6, which I think is good. I do think there might be a little bit too much shine for the Shotos, but that's the vast majority of Street Fighter. Here we go. We have MANIGOLDOC versus SteeloYangster. All right, SteeloYangster.
We have seen SteeloYangster playing very aggressively against Manon. Ooh,
oh
nice.
My gosh, that was an insane whip punish, calling out the button from JP here.
And I was going to point out, like, a heavy kick from Marisa is like a very great tool for whip punishing. I have seen some very great Marisa players using it like a great tool, but now, let's see. Going down, changing sides, and now we are seeing the great plays for JP to be, and MANIGOLDOC loves that JP. So let's see how that command grab. So let's see how many times he used it.
Ooh, trying to use a command grab there, but unfortunately getting thrown out of it, and now in burnout versus a JP with level 2. This is a scary spot to be in. Gonna have to hold one of those mix-ups. Luckily able to be knocked down during most of that level 2 timer, so now just has to fight versus a level 2. I mean, a 1 bar of meter JP, but not the best situation to be in for Marisa, a character who doesn't really have a projectile to fight back with here. That might just kill because of the fact that it was punish counter.
And I think even with the burnout from JP, it wasn't like a very good situation, like you said, because you can get any much closer without having some pains like MANIGOLDOC. Ooh, nice with the bait right now, and he can kill right
I
now with
like
a perfect
the setup.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Going for the air reset into the immediate DI to kind of force an awkward timing from MANIGOLDOC.
That was just great at this moment, trying to whip punish again, not getting it, but counter hit now with the offensive, going with the drive rush, but great interrupt right now. Careful, we have seen this picture before, level 2 right now from MANIGOLDOC. The portal is set up, the spikes is setting up, and he's not letting...
You don't want to get hit.
Yeah, not letting Steelo get any closer.
Oh, and this could lead to the level 2 setup here. No, not going for it just yet. Instead, trying to just zone out without having to use it, keeping that level 3 potentially on deck just in case you need to use it to fight out. Gonna be able to block here, using level 2 to get out, but now getting punished. One of the longest whipping supers in the game.
Like really, really long. I mean, I agree, because the output damage that it produces, like, it just heavy. But at the end of the day, getting the option, getting like ways to get out of the level 2, but not getting any into it. MANIGOLDOC playing like really relaxed right now, getting the counter hit, not trusting the hit right here. Now trying again, fishing for something. Now the neutral is very heavy. Like, MANIGOLDOC hasn't been taking advantage of those hits that he's been having.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just been a lot of spots where it's hard for SteeloYangster to fight through, but having to nickel and dime his way in here and finally getting one of those bigger openings, this is exactly what you're looking for, is Marisa getting those big combos that immediately lead to the corner and Okazumi, but the neutral jump out to keep himself safe and then also take back the corner. Rough situation. At the end of the day, we can see why Marisa struggles so much against JP. The damage output is great, and now with the vision, ooh,
not capitalizing.
There's that standing heavy kick again. Yeah, really good stuff here. Spending 2 drive rushes, but able to get the corner at least.
And you can see when he gets the whip punish with that button, he just gets like the corner carry completely. But like getting into the corner is one thing, and the SteeloYangster is like going a little bit back. Like, yeah, you have to trust it. Yeah.
Not doing anything that keeps him in the corner here, and that's the position where he's been able to really win, is off of that standing heavy kick punish counter, but keeping the corner here finally, and it looks like we're finally getting one of those Marisa rounds that SteeloYangster really needs to be able to take this back. 24th seed versus 32nd seed. This would be an upset, but it's a pretty big bracket, right? 30, 35, 36 players, so all of these players are pretty good at the game. That's why they continue to grind. That's why they're still playing, and I believe we saw Jascef get really far, almost making it into winner side top 8. So this is one match away for them to make it onto the loser side instead.
Let's see if he can chase it, because right now it's you hate to
I like the jump out.
Yeah, you hate to see those situations where the jab resets the air condition and doesn't get the Gladius, but now dropping the combo. Be very careful right now.
Like the level 2 here, but unfortunately this is a scary situation to be in. Stuck against the wall, still has a little bit of meter to play with here, but that crouching medium kick able to start some offense here. And the anti-air with the crouching heavy punch to close it out. Playing patient, playing methodical. Jascef putting himself into the loser side top 8. We do have one more match to secure our top 8 before we move on to a small break. But if you're still here, still watching, still enjoying the matches, tons of Match Arena codes left. Thank you. Tons of Match Arena codes left for you guys to go ahead and use so that you can give these players a little extra money in their pocket at no extra cost to you other than a little bit of time hitting keys on your keyboard. Come on, guys. You guys are already playing Marvel Rivals. You're playing Valorant. You're already hitting keys on your keyboard anyway. Go ahead and hit a few keys and a few clicks to give these players a little extra money. 39 codes remaining. I've even used one. If I've got the time to use one, you do too.
Yeah, everybody should claim one of the codes. So when you put more money into the prize pool, the players will play like they're playing the finals in I don't know, in the Super Bowl. They will get like, when that number increases, the player also get like more incentive to continue play. So please, we have 39 codes. So please claim it. We have like 27 people, so yeah, I think just
we could use up a few more of those codes. Exactly.
We could use, yeah. So let's continue with their next match very soon.
Asa Belmont versus RicaTumbado is going to be our next match.
We have seen RicaTumbado. Asa Belmont we have not, but like I was saying, he's a very strong player, Kimberly player from Mexico. So yeah, let's see how it goes against RicaTumbado. A matchup that I don't like that much, like I was saying, playing against Yuri. I find like Yuri's a great counter to the strong assets that Kimberly has. That Fireball that goes to the ground is very hard to get around as Kimberly, because if you're trying to jump it, you get like anti-air. If you try to go another route, you will get hit. So yeah, it's like a harsh situation. But I mean, Asa Belmont is one of the best. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
This is going to be a fun matchup to watch. One of the characters that I'm used to seeing the most, seeing as my trading partner plays Jury. So let's see if there's any major things I see in this matchup that immediately stand out to me. But right now, it looks like Asa Belmont just trying to steal this corner. I like the timing there, using that standing medium punch to force the timing of the wall splat where you'd actually be able to get the run off the standing medium kick. Oh, expected a jump, gets punished, but not too big of a punish. That heavy punch counter hit here, that punish counter into the level 1. I don't think he's gonna spin a can. Instead, gonna keep, does spin the can here for the Oki setup.
Careful, because
kind of have to fight back there. The DP does potentially put him into a position where he could have gotten burned out off of the counter hit, the punish counter combo, but you'd rather put yourself into burnout than give your opponent the satisfaction of just blocking it out and being put into burnout, especially versus a character like Kimberly, who has really solid frames and tons of ways to make you feel bad about being in burnout.
Yeah, she's a very great character to play in burnout, because you have like a lot of close frame and you have a lot of distance that you will be going forward. And now let's see which
Just
is
slide
the option.
into the Tatsu. Ooh, and the overhead after taking the smalls. Yeah, taking the small punish. Instead, didn't have the level 3, so has to play safely there. Beats out the throw with the walk back into the standing medium kick. That was really good. I'm surprised to see that they weren't ready for that situation after the run when RicaTumbado went for the neutral jump. One of the very common options that Kimberly players will go to is they'll go for the jump EX command grab to beat it, or they'll go for the run light kick to get the juggle and EX Tatsu after. But still, right now, able to control this corner extremely well. Can't really complain about any of the plays being made here. Getting the full combo conversion off of that first can and able to make it look so clean. Unfortunately, dropping the ender there and giving RicaTumbado something to fight back with here. Does steal the corner back.
One thing I find really impressive always with Jascef, he's an offensive beast. He never, almost never took the defense, and when he does, he goes forward. So you can see right now, RicaTumbado has to make something of this opportunity, not let it, no.
That is just going to be a kill here. Yeah, no reason to play with your food. The drop, that's so unfortunate, but still beating out the throw. That's the second time where they've gotten shimmied. Maybe something to think about in a situation where if throw's not going to kill, maybe you shouldn't think about it too much. It is getting you shimmied.
And maybe in the last situation in the corner, RicaTumbado maybe just would have just like taking the level 1 or the level 3. I didn't see which super was in the deck at that time, because Lady equal like the win condition, keeping Jascef in the corner. So now the situation is very rough. Let's see how it goes. Trying to search for another.
I like that, the immediate checkout, not even using the drive reversal, going in immediately for that DP, trying to get out of the corner. But Kimberly does have that command, that target combo that puts you back into the corner off of her light jab. And there's the DP. Nope, not going to be enough. And unfortunately, kind of just getting zoned out here by bigger. You don't expect to see Kimberly zoning out a character like Jury, kind of keeping them from being able to press their longer range buttons, and it just works out. Belmont putting himself into loser side top 8 with the Kimberly, a character that we don't see too often. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, Belmont is a very offensive player. He plays offensive like really religiously. He just goes forward, and when you are like in the opposite side of Belmont, you have a rough time. Like you think that will not happen, like this will not do that, but at the end of the day, like your mental stack is very high because he just goes into the offense, and
there's a lot of options to think about on Kimberly offense, and it is one of the things that really kind of makes her strong in the corner is that mental stack offense where you're thinking about so many different options, and she has answers for almost all of them. Very phenomenal play from Belmont, but it was good to see them at least like they got the corner back and started to immediately create pressure, but Belmont fighting back and keeping themselves in that top 8 contention.
Going into the top 8, potentially facing easy in the top 8. We'll see that in a moment, but for now we're going to a little break. I'll be going out while we will making a change, but thanks a lot for having me. I hope my casting was something good. I like to
big fan of casting with you. And where can the viewers find you? Do you have any social media you use?
Yeah, you can find me as Moñañu with NH, like right here, like in Portuguese. I have like a lot of languages in like they don't let me use the ñ in the ads. So yeah, you can search me anywhere in Twitch. I stream from time to time in Twitter. I do post funny stuff and things. So yeah, please follow me right there. And well, see you around. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Very welcome. And here we are back for our top 8 of the first season 1, episode 1 of Street Fighter 6 for the Xtreme Fighters Showdown online tournaments. We have a pretty stacked top 8 here. Our first match will be rufianMX versus SimplyEgo, one of our Xtreme Fighters bosses, immediately followed up by Rookie versus jewelman. Two more bosses. So there will be a lot of violence happening in this top 8 in the winner's side.
Yeah, and I was just faking out that I was going out. Now I'm back for a short period to see more Kimberly play, because you need to have the expert panelists to have all the.
Yeah, we gotta pull up the numbers. If they do like a cool combo, we pull up the number. It's like 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Yeah, that'll be us.
Yeah. That will be us. I will download the app from, like, where the people use it to display messages at concert, right? I will be getting into it to say, like, that was a cool combo. So yeah, you can see now the bracket for our top 8. We were just describing. Sadly, Manigold had to
DQ. Yeah.
Had to DQ work issues. You know, the life of the adulthood is a trap. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, don't work. Just playing Street Fighter online tournaments until you make enough money to pay your bills. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Play Valorant. Valorant pays a lot, so yeah, I don't know. Sell things on eBay. Yeah, don't work. Don't fall for the adulthood trap. It's a trap. It's completely a trap. But yeah, we continue with our first tournament. Remember, I was forgetting. Please claim the Macherino codes. We are still Tier 8 in the board, so please.
Yeah, we do have a few remaining, and there is enough people here to claim some more of those codes. That is free money in the competitors' pockets. No sweat off your brow, except a couple clicks and a couple logins.
A couple, maybe more than a couple if you have some free accounts. I mean, I was surprised that you can, like, Supercell login, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitch, X, Discord, Battle.net, Line.
Yeah, of all things, Battle.net. They know the dregs of society.
Yeah, completely.
And these online tournaments are completely free for the competitors to enter as well. So that is extra money into their pockets with no avail for anyone, which I think is really cool. It's cool to see a lot of these smaller startups running tournaments, keeping the community alive in an online fashion, where sometimes a lot of the bigger events are pretty expensive, hard to go to, so you could play at home from your couch, from your PC setup, wherever you may be, whatever's comfortable for you, and that means you're more likely to play well.
I think it's great that this, like, second golden age of fighting games has so good online play. In one hand, it's like great, you can play like people you usually don't have the opportunity to play so constantly, but in the other hand, some of the offline tournaments have been like, there is not that much anymore. So yeah, I hope, like, in the future we can stabilize both, like have an online tournament, but you can go to offline tournaments, because going to offline tournaments, it's so great too. You meet people, you can laugh, you can
a lot of the most beautiful moments in the community come from being at offline tournaments. Correct. And here we go, getting into our first match, rufianMX versus SimplyEgo. This is going to be Blanca versus JP. Let's see if we're going to see that aggressive play you had mentioned before that Rufian is known for, and immediately starting it off fast, hot, and heavy.
It's completely aggressive always with rufianMX. He always goes on the offensive. You will be seeing, like, throwing some of the craziest DPs now on the corner against JP. Yeah, he's trying to parry.
For JP, able to get a lot of this damage here, completely mitigating that Blanca-chan, not ever really letting him get it started, and taking that first throw to side swap here. Really good stuff, pushing right outside of the range of some of JP's best long-range check normals. Is in burnout though. This is a pretty good situation, but using that Blanca ball to get out and get the first round.
From coast to coast right there, getting no respect right now for SimplyEgo, which is having a lot of trouble lighting these.
Lots of Blanca balls. How to make a flat earther mad. Show him the globe that is Blanca.
I'm always grateful that my training partner at the beginning of the game was a Blanca player because I learned like the matchup because it's completely difficult sometimes. Now Blanca Ball trying something, going over, going down. Yes, completely.
Yeah, very overwhelming character when you're not ready, but ready for that unfortunate drop there. A little too early on that. Pushing towards the corner here now, both in burnout. Neither of them are going to be able to use a drive impact as an ender until now. Does have that meter back. Let's see if he's going to use it. Still has the level 1 to fight back with, but doesn't need it yet. Ego taking that second round, pushing it to a final round for our first game of top 8.
And he was like very close to losing, just like a very mistimed meaty right there with the DI, not getting the dizziness. Now getting the closer. Very close to the corner. Oh, nice, great shimmy.
The shimmy, keeping him safe, making sure that he knows that some of these options are less prevalent than others. Immediately the shimmy into the level 2 setup here. Might not get the burnout, but does get it, and also able to check out, push him towards the corner, creating a lot of offense here. Still has meter to fight back with, but Rufian immediately going into that level 2 setup, hopefully able to make something off of it, because otherwise he's not going to be able to get out of his burnout fast enough. Ooh, expecting a follow-up there, not giving it to him. That's that mental stack working at play here.
See how it goes. Ooh, nice with the level 1. No, now you don't have any. Yeah, you don't have anything. Yeah, to prevent now from being dizzy. I think that situation was favorable. The drive gauge is recovering right now. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that goes, but now Ego doing
able to take that first game is Ego.
Doing great and recovering from going from the back to the front. We are having
and here we go, going for the crouching medium punch to immediately push towards the corner here. That OD Amnesia delaying their button, attempting to try to bait out the Amnesia, but didn't wait long enough, getting pushed towards the corner. Able to jump out here.
Careful, because the situation in the corner is completely out of hand. But now getting the back dashes with Blanca Ball, trying to throw, but not getting it completely. Again, going with the jump in, trying to check the feet, but saying, nah, you have to play in the air because I don't have any respect for the situation.
Both of them trying to check out here. And that is a good knockdown. Nice situation for Rufian. Using that parry to not have to do with the overhead low mix up there, and immediately going in for his level 2 setup. Should be able to push towards the corner here. And potentially even set up the Blanca-chan. There it is. Maybe we're going to see another OD Amnesia to try to fight out. No, this time using the crouching jab. Something different, but that something different wasn't good enough. Rufian able to take that second game 2-0.
Like I was saying, I'm very like grateful for my friend, like my training partner was a Blanca player. I have like the rules to not press any button like absolutely when he had like Blanca like Lightning Beast, because it's a great super, like all the install supers. So yeah, you can see right now he's going very down. SimplyEgo having a very rough time. I think this will be it with no bar. Incredible.
Yeah, and actually getting a perfect there. That's scary stuff. That is the kind of speed that you expect from an aggressive Blanca player, but you've got to be ready for it. You've got to be able to fight back, because if not, this is the kind of character that will easily run you over in neutral. Has a lot of good buttons and a lot of strong burst options.
Extremely great, and now we have level 2 from the side from rufianMX.
Oh,
nice,
and might be able to build his own level 2 here. Yeah, very close off of that punish counter, and now here is potentially the level 2 setup off of this. I'm surprised to see him go for the level 1.
He still has the level 2, so yeah, nothing was lost in the war right here. Again with the jump in, not getting it. Now the war, yeah, will be fought the distance, and I think this is a great decision. SimplyEgo
trying to chip him out here, and he won't be able to build level 3 to fight back, so he had to just guess on all of those. Instead, choosing to hold it. Not going to be able to. Oh, might be able to get the chip out here if he spins his level 2. And jumping over the level 1, that is a really unfortunate situation.
Very unfortunate. I think I we have to go to the drawing board to see which normal in the air will have connected right there. I think he tried to go for the light, and that's why it ended up connecting with the level 1. And now, an horrific situation for rufianMX.
Yeah, stuck in the corner here, but Ruffian should be able to fight back. Still has a little bit of that install gauge left. Baiting out the throw, but not being able to get a punish on anything. Now fighting back with those crouching medium punches. Really good stuff from Ego here. Both of them out of drive burnout, but able to take that game as well. I don't think that that's it though. It is now, oh, it's still best of 3. It's not best of 5 yet until winners finals. So that will be Ego securing his spot into the winners finals.
Getting very close. I mean, there was a lot of close calls right there. I still find surprising. If I was rufianMX, I would be checking the tape on that interaction that caused the set, because it was crazy. I think if he would try like heavy, well, I don't know what would have been a good answer, but very unfortunate situation.
Yeah, there's a lot of options to think about in those small clutch final hit situations where sometimes even the players think they have the right read in mind, and it is not enough to be able to close it out. Their opponent had their number, and you've got to just take it back to the drawing board, because that was a winner side match, which means Ruffian still has another life to play with here on the loser side.
He's still alive, but in a situation where you don't want to be in, because you will face the winner of Easy or Asa Belmonte, the 2 Mexican players, which they play quite a lot. Even Easy, I think they are from the same clan. They play very often, so yeah. There will like a friendly fire kill right in a moment. So yeah, let's see how it goes. For now,
our next match should be Rookie versus Jewelman.
A nice match where I have seen both players win each other. So yeah, let's see how it goes in another Rookie Jewelman bowl. It's very exciting to always see very skilled players face each other. So yeah.
And the loser of that will be up against CobraTango in the loser side. We still have Asa Belmonte versus Izzy, and the winner of those two will be playing against rufianMX. Setting up for our top 6 very effectively here. We do have the Luke not switching characters versus, of course, we know Jewelman always on this Honda. The Edmund Honda. Edmund or Edward? Is it Edmund? I think it's Edmund.
It's Edmund, yeah, it's Edmund. Edward sounds like very...
I immediately think of Twilight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a very Twilight scene. But now Edmund Honda trying and not finding anything. We'll have the first offensive right here, Rookie. Now very close to the edge.
Trying to check out, but unfortunately getting hit. Can't use that armored button too frequently versus a character and a player as patient as Rookie. Rookie is fine with playing passively here, right? Already built his life lead, doesn't have to throw anything away. Closes out the round, spins the meter just in time for it. Really good stuff there. Kind of controlling the movement and the pacing, corralling the way that Jewelman was allowed to play, and I really like that.
Yeah, let's see. Like you mentioned, Rookie's a great player with that reaction when he played like very calm. He can play both. He can play offensively and he can play like defensively. Right now, we are trying just to catch up with that heavy punch, trying just with fireballs, and he's working like a charm.
Now he's just got to sit in this corner and fight his way back, eventually going for the empty jump there, maybe expecting to see Jewelman try to go for an anti-air attempt, but throwing into the corner, the back throw incident, going for the small buttons here. Yeah, calling out on the other side with the crosscut DP, but Jewelman continuing to take back this corner consistently.
Ooh.
And that's going to be the level 3. Not enough to kill, only barely into the yellow, but will strip away some of this drive gauge and maybe potentially force out an option from Jewelman in this final hit situation.
You have even control. No anti-air right here, but very short on life, trying to get the reaction. And now Jewelman will be very wary of that option. Perfect
tap parry on both sides. Yeah. I like that. Attempting tap parry 2 times there, right after the butt slam and right after that crouching medium punch, I believe that's what that was. Really smart, showing off the option that, hey, if you try to immediately take your turn back, you might lose your life for it. But Rookie, the 3rd time, instead says, you know what, we'll check out with the DP, knowing I'll have a little bit of drive gauge left to work with here. Really smart stuff. And now, up in this first game, game number 2.
number 2 going very well from Rookie now in the corner. Tech throw, great from jewelman.
The full walk back, playing as patient as possible. There we go. We finally see someone checking that jumping heavy punch.
Now let's see again, no anti or no parry, but great with DI, no enough life to tank this option, and now Rookie set point to get into the winner fight.
Yeah, that was really good, knowing that he didn't have enough life to fight back here, so he was forced to actually block. Unfortunately, using that button means that dying to DI was the only option, not being able to cancel into anything and not able to cancel back as DI. So now we're stuck in a situation where they are fighting it out for center screen, and it looks like currently jewelman is winning the drive gauge war and the center screen war, but Rookie has been very powerful about his anti-airs, and level 1 to beat the butt slam is a button.
It's a great option right there, but missing now the anti-air. Now get with the DP. You gotta be very careful. Level 2 going, and I think this is
just gonna kill. Yeah, even without a level 2, can just use the shoulder and that'll take it.
Great play from Rookie. He seemed ready. Like I was saying, he's on the board in the leaderboard for the World Warrior Mexico, so he is looking really nice. It's
Very phenomenal stuff there. I like the passive play, really trying his best to corral the movement and the pacing of the match so jewelman couldn't create big enough offense for the style of play that he possesses and is very good at to really function properly. It's one of the harder things about playing a low tier character. If you can't consistently get your game plan rolling, get the cards playing properly, start off your offense, it's a lot harder to get that ball rolling. Some of these characters can nickel and dime their way back to a victory, like a Luke, like a Kim, like a JP, but it's not as easy for a character like Honda.
Yeah, the cards start to burn very quickly, and when you lose them all, there's not much else you can do. But great play from Rookie. He'll be playing in the winners final shortly, and I remember I had to say something in Spanish. Ya, Rookie, si no ganas el World Warrior te pongo pinto, ya te dije. Pero bueno. We're back in English, but now we'll be having a little short break. Now he's for real. We're gonna switch. Thank you. Getting clapped for speaking my native language. But yeah, let's get into a little pause. Now we are going to change caster. We are going to change. I'm not going to come back, but please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Goodbye.
And here we go into our next match. We're gonna have Easy versus Aza Belmont coming in.
Easy and Aza Belmont. Yo, Easy is a name I'm very familiar with. Seen that name a bunch of times around. But we got Kimberly on the screen here. Kimberly and Possible, although in a different tone, of course. But nice overhead. Goes for the EX combo right here. He's gonna get all that damage in the universe.
Going for the command grab this time. Oh, yep, there it is. Boom, knew it was coming.
And blocks the DP as well. That's a good punish. Make sure you kill and get that job done. Aza Belmont already on a good tear. And I gotta say, my man, Beanie, this dude, Aza Belmont, has been playing the game for a long period of time. But again, Easy's one of them players he's gotta be careful for. Easy does not know when to stop.
This is the kind of playstyle where if you're not ready, you will just get ran over, because one of them has a reversal to fight back with here, and both of them want to play extremely aggressively. Easy is a player who wants to play aggressively on a character that's mostly known for defensive play, right, with the jury, but Aza Belmont showed up phenomenally on that first round what one good read on a DP can do and take away the rest of a life bar. So now all we're looking for here is who's going to control this corner and who's going to control the pace of the match. And so far, it's been neck and neck. It's neck and neck. Both of them right back and forth. We have two very quick rounds.
I mean, I gotta say, you can't doubt someone like Issy. Nice DP once again, by the way. Checking my man twice in a row for that one. You know, Issy is a DP monster and a merchant, I like to say, but not as bad as that stand.
And there comes the level 3. We're gonna be able to get this buff here on Kimberly, and there's still one can remaining. What are we gonna do with it here? Going for the Oki with that standing heavy punch and immediately calling it out with the drive parry.
Yep, good job from Aza from Issy right there. But Issy now with the level 3 is gonna put ourselves closer and closer to that burnout territory, which is what we want. But we're in, I don't even think we're in yellow. We're still in the green. Still, oh no, we're in the yellow.
We are in the yellow. He is very close to being knocked right into the next game, and it is game number 2. Number 1 is going to Issy. Very fast playstyle from both these players. That final interaction there, baiting out that standing jab as the retort, as the follow-up, and immediately blowing it up. I love that patience from Issy.
And then immediately starts off this round with another DP. Yo, Aza Belma, you gotta be careful how you jumping in, my brother. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I get it though. And Issy once again with another DP.
The air-to-air trade, getting a big hit there, but not able to confirm anything off of it. Unfortunately, another DP has so much drive gauge to work with here because he keeps staying on offense and getting that drive gauge back, which makes it fine for him to continually use these EX DPs. Now finally able to get some pressure here, trying to go for the fakies, and unfortunately getting called out by that jab. You cannot use the running light kick run stop pressure. It's not real there. And able to take that first game using that 1 bar of meter after multiple EX DPs on Waco.
That was the second time we've seen Issy get away with the Wake Up level 1 super as well as a reverse slashing. So pretty good right there, but Aza still has a lot to come back from. Nice store right there, by the way. It's gonna get close to the corner with the stand now. Yes, sir. It's got us in the corner here, still going. What's the setup looking like, Aza?
No can setup this time. Going for the plus frames instead. I like it, but the jump out. Now pushing towards the corner.
Hold on.
Issy wants to take that center stage instead of fighting in for the corner, and this is going to be another good confirm. Leads into that pressure from the low projectile. Hard for Kimberly to really fight back from that angle, but dang, even on the pressure, calling it out with the perfect parry.
Wait a second, breaks the throw right there. Both players drive rush at each other, and someone gets the level 3 confirm, and it's looking like Aza, and this is the critical R2, so I want to say we're dead here, but we're just very close to.
He might be alive.
Yep, like you mentioned. Oh, basic DP!
The jump over the DP because of the angle of where he started that jump. Instead of being clipped by it, he went over the head of it. Could have even potentially got a cross up on the other side, but didn't need it. Able to close out that second round in game number 2.
Good right now. Issy trying to be the aggressor in the situation, fighting back as much as possible, running themselves and putting them into the corner here, able to fight back right now as we got Aza Belmont on defense here, but breaking the throw. Good job so far.
Is going for a lot of defensive jump backs here, I see, and that is one of the things that I think Kimberly really struggles with dealing with, right? Unless you're going to try to hard call out with something like an EX air command grab, it's really hard for her as a character to deal with a character as mobile as Yuri using those jump back buttons.
Right, and you know, for Kimberly, she doesn't really have a lot of projectiles to keep Jury locked down, and Jury has one of her own, and Issy will always hold up back for as long as they can, especially if it's working out in their favor. Tapping the shins just to see what the reaction was going to be from Oz right there, who is low on the life, spending the drive meter to try and close out this round as quickly as they can before Issy does the corner. Yes, sir.
I like that. Is he going for the DP? No, is he not going for the DP this time? Still not enough to kill, but it really wants to get some of this drive gauge back here, so spins 2 bars of meter, so we have to walk forward and gain back some of that drive gauge. This is a really good position now. He only has to deal with the potential level 1, which has stole his life away multiple times. Very scary here. Oh, and calls out the walk back. Aza Belmont playing extremely fast, hard for Issy to keep up with, and we're going into a game 3 situation.
Nicely done from Issy right now. Like I said, man, this kid, you can't count out this dude, man. He's always gonna play his hardest, always gonna do whatever he can to stop the momentum and make it turn into their favor. Starting us off with a projectile, just kind of gazing at Aza's reactions right here. And Aza trying to play it slow, but goes in with the overhead, but met with a throw from Issy.
Yeah, both of them spending 2 bars a meter, so now it's mostly about who's going to be able to deal more of that drive gauge damage, and here it comes with that first punish counter of the game. Big damage and big corner carry coming out that is safe, and one of those things that you see a lot of these more aggressive players do is use those DPs to steal and keep their turns so they can continue to pressure in the corner, and that's exactly what EC did here, and that is going to be able to close out the game with the EX DP.
Nicely done from Izzy right now, and Izzy is sitting on, we believe it's a set point here. If Izzy can win this, that's going to be 2-1. They can move on into the bracket of top 8. Right now, we still got to deal with Aza Belmont, who is playing Kimberly pretty well right now, I got to say. But a perfect pair like that is how you stop the momentum. But no confirm from Izzy right there. And that's going to hurt a little bit. But the Tatsumaki comes through to save lives. But I got a DP right there for you.
Yeah, fighting back with the DP. Does not want to give Aza Belmont any extra pressure. Wants him to have to earn all of it. If he's not ready to take it, then he's going to have to hold the DP for his troubles.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And there's another DP.
Oh, and Burnout, though, this is not looking too good for the hero. Aza Belmont in the corner with a throw. There's the drive attack.
Is he going to spin the can for the extra damage?
He's going to have to.
Spin the can. Yeah, once the Oki instead goes for the run stop, but no bait from Izzy, not doing anything about it. And the command grab.
Okay, drops the elbow on him, pokes him out with the stand medium kick, kicks him right back down to the corner, crouching medium kick.
That could be enough on this next follow-up.
Drop the elbow once again, one more time for the crowd below. Hold on, we still in this.
No, and that could be it off of the level 3 because he was not ready for the DI. Again, multiple DIs in the corner there. Izzy was getting away with. Aza Belmont was not reacting to them. We got Unk status reactions out here and able to put himself into the next round of Winners Top 8.
You know how
Losers Top 8.
Can't react to that drive impact. You're cooked, bucko. But that's normal. That's what happens in a game like Street Fighter 6. And also, what's going on, chat? It's your boy Kuwamoco here with the good vibes, of course. Just had to make myself a little quick foodie run, so hopefully y'all got y'all's nuggets because I got mines enjoying some Street Fighter 6 action tonight. And of course, before I continue any on further with my guy BeanieThuggish over here, acting like, you know, real thug, real player like out here, you know what I'm saying? But we do have a match arena. If you guys have not donated or supported that match arena by grabbing a code, putting some money in the pot, you're missing out on some good action because these players play much more harder when you got some money on the line for them. I believe the pot is currently sitting at $57, but it could be $67 if you give me $10 more dues, and hopefully you guys can do so. Other than that, we are here with some good energy and some good action. How have we been touring through this top 8 so far? What's been your favorite match right now, Beanie?
My favorite match so far was just our last one. The back and forth of these two very aggressive players was phenomenal. It kind of shows the speed that Mexico plays at in comparison to America. Not something I'm used to seeing, right? Like these players are in and they are ready to scrap, they're ready to fight in every situation. And wow, look at this bracket. Up next, we're gonna have Ego and Rookie, and then on the loser side we have Ruffian versus EC and Jewelman versus CobraTango. Both Texas natives having to fight each other on the loser side. Only one of them will be able to make it out, and Jewelman is one of our bosses tonight along with Rookie and Ego. So 3 bosses in the top 8. This is why they've made it this far. Just something that we are used to seeing.
And you can't call them bosses for no reasons. 3-time winners, that's as close as John Cena's, win streak has ever been. Although he's got a little bit more on his belt. But of course, these guys can do what they do best. And I love the Mexico scene so much. You mentioned the speed at which these players play. And that's definitely true, right? Everyone, I don't think they seem to realize that when people are just gaming, they are going all in. I was just in a bracket a little bit earlier, and I had the power of God on my side, playing as aggressive as I can. And I love seeing that from these players right here. Jewelman, very common name for us in the online scene. rufianMX and Izzy, also 2 common names. And Rookie as well. Seen him over at Breakout when we were doing Street Fighter 6. Also super duper good player as well. With the Luke Sullivan, of course. Shout outs to the homie. But I've never seen SimplyEgo play, so I'm going to be very interested in what they got to bring to the table. So I mean, hey, if you got the top
on Ruffian, we can assume how good, at least in particular matchups, they are, right? A 2-0 on a player as accomplished in the online space as someone like rufianMX, who we've seen a few times, and able to quickly defeat him in the winter semifinals. 2-0. That speaks a lot for the caliber of the players we have left in this bracket.
And rufianMX has been a multi-time champion over in different spots. Of course, I keep mentioning Breakout, but that's because where I remember him the most when we were doing Street Fighter 6, of course. But Ruffian is a big-time player around here. That Blanca does wonders, and it somehow manages to escape every situation possible. He's got very good buttons: crouch medium punch, stand medium punch, crouch heavy punch. Of course, he has the infamous Blanca ball, which I'm sure has gotten some changes, but it's probably still as annoying as you might expect it to be. And in a game like Street Fighter 6, being annoying is probably one of your best things to have. If you're someone like Cammy, for example, you know, I mean, I don't think there's anything else to say about that character, right? We all know.
Something to think about with Blanka specifically is that he does have a short crouching medium kick, but it is a crouching medium kick that you can cancel, which means he has access to crouching medium kick drive rush, which is one of the most phenomenal tools in Street Fighter 6. Great for pressure, great for confirms, check walks back very well, allows you to potentially steal in one more turn before your pressure ends because of something like a burnout.
Yep.
Just always a tool that you want to have on a good character. While I don't think Blanka is as strong as some of the top tiers, he at least has some of the matching tools that they have, and Ruffian uses them to good ability. So hopefully we'll see him go further in this bracket. But I think the next thing we're going to see is this winners finals before we move on to the rest of losers.
Yeah, we're trying to get that matchup for y'all in just a moment, but hopefully the chat is enjoying the matches right now. I mean, hey, we're all here. Again, good vibes all around. I hope chat is doing extremely wonderful on a beautiful Saturday night. If you ain't got nothing else to do tomorrow, it's going to be the Lord's Day, known as Sunday, as we get into this ass-whooping called Street Fighter 6 between Rookie and Ego with JP versus Luke, a match I'm not too fond of.
Sullivan. Yeah, Lucas Sullivan. I think Luke does really well versus JP. This is one of those matchups where JP has to fight for space instead of fighting for tempo, because of the fact that Luke has such good fireballs, 3 different variants, and has amazing get into it, right? His standing heavy punch goes extremely far, just like that. His standing heavy punch goes really far. His crouching medium punch is a really long range button. He's got that crouching medium kick that we love. It's hard for JP to contain a character with this many good tools.
Yeah, you're right about that. And Rookie makes it very clear that Luke is still a force to be reckoned with. Gets a full combo right here, but misses the DP. Thankfully, didn't punish on time. Ego's going to miss on some damage. Both players holding the parry for a second, but it's Rookie who wins that exchange, making them block the meaty tackle, and then gets the hard knuckle right after. And now
I like that hard knuckle as the punish there, too. Now he's going to be able to set up for the level 2, which is going to knock down here and start to bring back that meter parity, which is really important here. Now he takes the drive gauge lead. Rookie is going to be the one taking that first round and first game with a perfect.
And you gotta respect that too, right? Rookie is someone who knows how to play this game. Again, the Mexico players, they know what to do. They know how to play this character, and they know how to play this game. And when they gotta go in, they gotta go in. Rookie showcased that very well with a perfect, no less, to end off that first game there. Now we're stepping into the second game here with Ego trying to get something started, but a quick light punch crouching, and now we're in the corner here, blocking it out for a little bit. But Ego, not too sure how to escape right now. He's going to throw out some projectiles, and Rookie wants to keep him there as much as possible. You mentioned that Sandblast earlier. It would come through for help right here, but Rookie not too sure where to place it at just yet.
EX Sandblast is one of those things that's really scary for JP to deal with, because EX Sandblast will always lead to a level 1 of its punish counter at the ranges on the screen where you're going to use it. So now he can finally get some tempo here and fights his way out of the corner, puts into burnout. This is the situation you want as JP. It's hard to get to this win condition, but when you do, you get to see JP kind of dominate the matchup.
Oh yeah.
Luke does still play relatively similar outside of burnout and in burnout, but once you're in that corner versus JP and you don't have any of that meter to play with, you're forced to hold the mix-ups more than you would have to if you didn't have the parry.
Oh, a nice perfect parry.
Wow, big perfect parry.
Gets the throw right there, and now Rookie gets something started, goes to throw with another throw, and now we're in the corner here. Whips the lights Sandblast right there. And now stand heavy punch has Ego in the corner with a throw. Good job so far. Tried to go for another one it seems, but didn't want to risk it. That might have just cost them that whole section of attacking right there. So now
he's got to work his way back in here, but might be able to still use this level 3 to close out the game. I mean, the round immediately. This is going to be a giant grip of damage. Might even just kill even without CA. Man, this character.
Yep. Hey, man.
He's still on the cover for a reason.
Exactly, bro. This is the hard-hitting man himself. You mean, look, Luke is coming to the cookout, all right? He is cooking everybody with them buttons and them big old Popeye forearms.
Exactly. You guys think he didn't eat he ate his green vegetables as a kid.
Exactly, bro. Look, he's ready for this.
There is that EX Sandblast that I was referring to earlier, finally able to use it there to get the knockdown, and that's a powerful thing to be able to do versus JP, kind of control the space and force him off of some of his slower projectiles.
But yeah, speaking of slow projectiles, JP trying to poke him out with the spike, but again, once those spikes are gone, Luke has enough time to at least try and make a push with a forward walk, a dash, and we just seen a drive rush being used as an option. Rookie here wants to keep Ego in the corner, but a perfect parry stops the approach for real, and now we're
puts him in the corner as well. Oh, not enough though, because now we are probably going for the side swap combo. No, instead just taking back center stage here and throwing into the corner. Really good stuff from Rookie.
And that's a very peculiar setup to deal with from Luke. It's not that setup you'll see. Well, actually, it's a setup you'll see all the time, right? The moment Luke whiffs the tackle like that, he's trying to make you guess for your life. Low or a throw. It's a very simple game of strike throw, but not as simple as JP, who's got the upper hand right here with the command grab, checking my mans with the knowledge, and now both players in burnout. But it's Ego who's got the upper hand on the
would
leader.
Definitely still be scared though as Ego, because that level 2 from Luke could just kill. But nice conversion to be able to use that standing heavy kick to immediately get a confirm and take the game. We are going into a game 3 situation, 1-1 on the board here. Both these players fighting their hearts out.
Yep. As we sit up here loading into London. I would love to go to London at some point. I'm sure Cammy is enjoying herself some tea and crumpets if she eats that. She loves cats instead though. But not as much as Ego loves the damage already in 90 seconds into this round.
Only 10 seconds in, and eating a lot of Rookie's drive gauge, eating the whole thing now and putting him into burnout, telling him that you gotta cook some more on the stove there, buddy. You gotta simmer down. It is the JP show right now.
Also, I gotta respect the fact that Rookie did go for that hard knuckle charge up, but unless he had level 3.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad thing to do, right? A lot of times people will go for the parry knowing that there's a potential level 3 on deck, but when it's not on deck, you can just react to it and immediately DI it, because it is always going to be unsafe to DI without the level 3. Once again, going for it again, but no level 3 on deck. Could easily instead use the DI, but not going for it. Surprised to see it.
It's just a check at the end of the day. This still works on Rookie's favor. He hasn't taken damage yet, but he might do joke, or might just take some right now. Mike's punish counter throw. Good job. Does a level 2 right there. Good. Oh.
That was the level 2 I was referring to at the end of last game. Didn't get to use it, but now getting a giant grip and going up in drive gauge advantage.
Not too sure what happened right there. You saw the overhead flip, and thankfully was able to block on time. Not too sure what was happening right there.
Making the anti-air whiff there, not able to get the kill, but able to set up for a good situation and the cross cut. Going for the throw, but better break on that.
Oh, that's a very good punish counter for Ego right here.
This is great because I think you just go for level 2 after this. Yep, there is the level 2.
Just make him block it out, but JP trying to keep my man's locked in with the shadows of the deep. Gets him into the corner here, making him block.
That's gonna chip him out.
Yes, indeed. I gotta say, Ego doing pretty good right now. It's looking like it's gonna be their third game if they keep this momentum up right now. But if there's one thing I know about Rookie, he ain't no rookie. He is a legend, and he will make sure that's clear. Let's find out right now.
Yeah, definitely able to control the pace of the match that first game, but it looked like Ego really started to catch his number and adjust heavily here. Maybe we'll just see some bigger adjustments from Rookie, right? More controlling that space with the crouching medium punch and the crouching medium kicks. Good call out on the projectile, but that's one of those more risky options because JP does have a phenomenal anti-air.
Yep, and now Rookie understands it's time to back away and just let JP try to play the game a little bit. He does have the life lead. He doesn't have to do a whole lot. Just kind of play with the projectiles and avoid the spikes, which he is doing so perfectly. That's why he's gotten that throw off and was trying to go for another
backdash. Able to push him into the corner. This is the spot where Rookie had started to lose the match, but at least has him on a one-touch situation where if he makes one mistake, he can capitalize on that. And even there in that extremely close range, that range 1.5 fireball, using it as a whip punish to beat the crouching medium kick, phenomenal stuff. I do think that that button is one of the best contenders in this matchup.
Oh yeah, for damn sure. You ain't lying about that, my brother. And now Ego backing away here, just kind of gauging the reactions of Rookie at every moment. Good crouching medium kick to stuff out the drive rush attempt. And now Ego still on the prowl with offense, but Rookie responds back in kind with offense of his own. Goes for the drive rush heavy kick. Ah, damn.
Gonna be a throw to the corner and losing a lot of drive gauge here. This has been mostly a battle of the drive gauge, right? If he can get his drive gauge depleted and keep him in the corner here without having to spin level 2, he gets the burnout pressure, chooses to burn himself out, hoping to be able to get something off of it here, but here comes the double spike. If either one of them hits, he's gonna confirm into that level 2. You have to be careful here, but how do you get in? There's no shot. He just goes for raw level 3, right?
You have to chip him out. He's getting closer to getting that drive back. Come on, Ego. Oh man, it's here. How does Rookie use this meter? Just shoot him.
And the spike to be able to beat that non-EX Sandblast. EX Sandblast would have been fast enough, but didn't want to spin that precious drive gauge he had just got back. A very unfortunate situation, but still going into this final round, both of them have 3 bars of meter, and Ego does have the life lead, but does not have the drive gauge advantage. Luke able to advance here using that heavy knuckle that is plus on block.
Yep, and now Ego, again, blocking it out, just staying patient right now. And I gotta admit, it's working out pretty well. Rookie is the one making the approach, and that's exactly what Ego wants, but that's not what they wanted. A DP met while you're jumping into the sky, only to be met with a throw while you're on the ground. That's 2 times on the road.
Throw loop. What's the third? Is it a fourth?
Now we don't get a
fourth. Expected. Maybe the OD Amnesia to finally come out, but I like the jump pack, making that standing heavy punch whiff and getting it started with the level 2. We're partying now, even taking the corner. This is going to be a one mixer situation potentially, even with that 1 bar of meter. He does have DI, so this could just be it at the end of this combo. If he can get a DI, it's over. Doesn't even need it. Instead, closing it out with that slash. Really good stuff.
That's a good credit card slash. I think his credit score just went up by 50 after fighting Luke right now.
Yeah, that was white man on white man violence. I think that always ends in someone having a higher credit score. Always.
Yo, I think JP's credit score is definitely at a 774. I so believe that, like, wholeheartedly.
Yeah, he doesn't have to put a down payment on a house, especially after a showing like that. Really good stuff from Ego, taking that 3-1 after that first game, made some major adjustments, really played that zoning and range game a lot better. Instead of fighting for life, instead of fighting for screen space, started to fight for that drive gauge where it really mattered and keeping him out of those defensive options that Luke is so good at in the matchup. Very good stuff from Ego.
Yeah, and in a matchup like that, you know, for Luke, it's a little bit challenging when you got such an impressive character like JP with some of the best projectiles, in my opinion, and also some of the best offense when he has level 2 active. Again, this character has seen some changes across the balancing history of Street Fighter 6, but again, there's a reason why he's still playing, there's a reason why he's still making results, and there's a reason why people like your grown man Danny out here in, you know, the Houston scene is still playing the character. Also, we have other players, like, again, we just seen Rookie playing Luke for a reason, and as I always say, you didn't make it the top 8 for no reason. You got here for a reason. You played really well. That's why the score was, at least for a Rookie before they fought Ego, 2-0 over Jewelman. But now it's 3-1 to Rookie, and Ego is sitting comfy on the King's Throne, known as Grand Finals, while Rookie is at the Prince's Throne, known as Loser's Final.
Yep, now we're just waiting on the winner of rufianMX versus Issy. And we'll be finding out which one of them will be fighting Jewelman for the potential run back or to knock Jewelman out and play against Rookie in the losers finals. This has been a phenomenal top 8 so far. There is a lot of character diversity, and that's exactly what we love to see.
Yep, I love character diversity. Although we could use a few Sagats, a few Camis, you know, maybe someone else.
We had a Sagat. We unfortunately didn't get to see them. CobraTango was on Sagat, made it into this top 8 loser side, got the first round win as a DQ in loser side, and then had to play up against Jewelman. They've played for years now because they both used to be local to the same city, to my city. So they have a number on each other.
Yes, indeed. You know, it's nothing feels more better than having like that local scene where you can always see your players just show up and play all their games and all of their characters in their glory. Out here in Texas, of course, you have the likes of Perfect Parry Sanctuary, which in Houston specifically is a very, very comfortable place to go at. Grab yourself a tea from the Blossom spot, Blossom tea, of course, and just sit down and have a good time. Again, we're all playing Street Fighter 6. We got Eds, we got Marisas, we got JPs, we got all characters you could probably think of. But what I can also think of is the fact that y'all might need to give me some more money on that match arena. I'm just saying, we
still have some codes remaining. We're not even expecting you to donate your hard-earned dollary dues. We just want to see you use up those remaining 36 codes. 21 people left in here. They started at 50. I think if I do some math, that means some of you did not click that claim code button. So let's make sure we get those codes at least as used up as we can for these competitors.
Yep. In the meantime, though, man, Beanie, I gotta say, dog, I'm sitting here chilling. I got the doors in the background. What's your favorite anime looking like tonight?
My favorite anime? I'm not a super big anime fan personally, but I did just start making a Yu-Gi-Oh deck based around Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, so I have to watch it. Really? Yeah, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh deck called Dragon Maids, loosely based off of Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. So I guess I have to watch it. I don't really have a choice.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is actually pretty good.
I haven't seen it, so I guess I'm gonna have to.
It is a very good comedy. Anyway,
what we're gonna get to see here is 2 less represented characters. One, a big body with a command grab, and the other, a monkey with a command grab. So let's see which one of the battle of the command grabs works out better.
We gonna call him a monkey? Really? You know, actually, it makes sense. No.
He's kind of gorilla-like. He's gorilla-like.
Yeah, he's got some gorilla antics inside of him. And speaking of antics, Jewelman.
Ooh, there's that first command grab.
Yes, sir. Already starting off strong right now, but again, Ruffian is one of those players who knows how to keep the lead and knows how to play strong. Very tricky character, a wild card, I might say, because
I like
again,
the crosscut DP.
Super good, breaking the throw right now, backing away, just kind of letting jewelman wanting to let themselves die here. Doesn't have to do a whole lot, throws out the Blancachon and evades the headbutt too, calls out the minion. This is a 2-on-1.
Multiple headbutts. Yeah, just throwing out the headbutts. I like the ideas, just trying to call him out, trying to advance or use a button. But unfortunately, Ruffian, instead of holding up back, running away, trying to force out as many options from Jewelman that don't work out for him. But now getting this knockdown, going for the Sun Hands, and immediately beating out that Blancachon as well, pushing towards the corner. This is a good spot for Jewelman.
Ooh, very good spot. Gets the punish counter. You gotta make sure you hurt as much as you can, because man, look, you got one more shot of life right now. There's a throw.
He tried to go for Ochio throw and he got beaten out by a regular throw.
The wild card is in effect right here. Misses the throw, and that led to a quick confirm to get the round on Jewelman's side. Now we're sitting here 1 round apiece.
2 bars of meter for Jewelman, 3 for Ruffian. Let's see if either one of them is going to be able to create a big life lead here by using that meter first. I expect to see a level 2 setup. Oh, no, getting hit on the other side and immediately having to hold the slide. Here comes the level 2 setup, the Blanca balls. How many are we going to see right now? Actually just backing away, holding on to as much of that meter as possible. Doesn't want to spend it. And here it goes. We're getting a few of them. And the cross up on the other side. Jewelman still has a little bit of dry gauge left. There goes the burnout. Just barely about to build that level 3 though. Might be able to fight back with it if he doesn't just immediately die to a full combo into level 1. Doesn't even need the level 1 at the end.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, this dude Ruffian, he's a wild card. I love that he plays into the fact that Blanca is just so active on the screen, right? Throws out a Blancachon, holds up back. He just wants you to approach. He doesn't have to do a whole lot because he knows what this character is capable of. He's gonna make sure. Nice stanky leg foot on him, by the way. And now Jewelman in the
legs. 2 heavy punch, 2 heavy kicks as well.
Yes, sir. Closer to the corner, but the EX head, but thankfully the armor able to get them off. And now we're back in full screen territory. What does Ruffian decide to do here? We're about to find out because Blancachon is on the screen, hasn't made a mark just yet, but Jewelman is very cautious of it. Just kind of controlling that space where he's sitting at. There's the headbutt, and now Blancachon's active, and it gives Ruffian the lead.
Ooh, and going for the overhead. I like that. Doesn't work out, but still just playing extremely passive here. Slow pace match, trying to be methodical, trying to work his way in slowly, not giving Ruffian too many options to use these Blancachons, but hasn't worked out for him. The waiting around and letting Ruffian set up the Blancachon has been doing more harm than good.
Oh yeah, Ruffian loves sitting on that Blancachon, man. If there's one thing you gotta be careful of, don't let Ruffian get into your head. You gotta be patient, you gotta talk yourself down as much as you can. But Jewelman doesn't want to talk, he wants to get aggressive. There's one throw, got the palms on him. Now backing away right here, Ruffian here, still has a low life right now compared to Jewelman's, but nice stand heavy kick confirmed for a second, and then the drive impact clashes and works for Jewelman, who is now in burnout. With level 3 being built up, do we get to see it being used? Not just yet.
No, not gonna spend it yet. I like this situation because it got him out of the corner, and it also immediately forced an option off of Ruffian, right? Having to try to play around the fact that now he's got to fight back for center screen, but so far it looks like Ruffian is still in control of this match because of the Blancachons, and that might actually be enough. Oh, he dropped the confirm. And Jewelman gets his meter back now too.
Oh, that's the second throw in a row. Do we get a third one?
No, instead going for the cross up, and that is going to be it. Doesn't even need a level 3 here. Once again, ending it out with that exact same combo sequence. Ruffian taking that 2-0 over Jewelman, pushing our 3rd seed out of the bracket, and Ruffian further into the finals. 1 game away from potentially making it to grand finals himself.
Yes, sir, and that's going to be rufianMX versus Rookie, and the winner of that, of course, goes on to fight Ego, and Ruffian was taken down to the loser side by Ego, and Ego also took down Rookie, so it's going to be a grudge match, and the person coming from losers does got to play 6 games straight to try and reset that bracket and win that bracket at the same time. But meanwhile, we are sitting here as the men behind the mic. Back to it, though. You're creating that Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and now we're back into the match here, but that Yu-Gi-Oh deck, I'm going to talk more about it in just a few more moments here, because I'm a little curious about it myself. Anywho, Ruffian and Rookie back at it on the action.
How do you feel about this matchup for Luke specifically?
Honestly, it's because it's Ruffian. Ruffian knows how to play in the mind of anybody's head, of course, and these two players are not unfamiliar with one another. For Luke, I don't even think it's too terrible, but I definitely think it feels slightly in the favor of Blanca if you allow Blanca to play the game how they want to play it. But Rookie doing a good job just playing it slow, playing it patient, and just throwing out Sandblast. Nice DP, by the way, from the man.
I'm feeling the patience from Rookie that we didn't see from him earlier, right? One of these players is very much more aggressive than the other, and that's Ruffian, right? So because Ruffian significantly wants to be more aggressive, if Rookie can play this slow place game and force him to a tempo where he's not comfortable, might be able to do something, might be able to work with that here. Able to back away after creating this life lead. Just doesn't want to give away too much of the drive gauge, blocking and staying in his face, potentially throwing away the corner by getting back thrown into the corner. So instead, pushing to full screen and using these sandblasts. Oh my god, that was an amazing sequence. EX Sandblast calling out the DI with an immediate DI back. Really good stuff from Rookie there. That was a checkmate situation if I've ever seen one. They had that rehearsed.
Yeah, that rehearsed, recited many different times, rinse and repeated like shampoo. And again, that came from the fact that Rookie has such good spacing. So for Rookie, that was perfectly done, played right into the hands of Rookies, of course. But now Ruffian here with a side swap is going to get that throw, taking a bite out of crime. Misses the throw again.
Unfortunately, misses the second throw. So now Rookie will be able to gain some of this drive gauge back, create a drive gauge disparity and a life disparity. This is really good. It also allows for one Oki situation. What are we gonna do here? Going for that stand heavy punch?
Charges it up.
Charges it up, knowing that he doesn't have level 3. Once again, could have easily been level 3'd in there in retaliation.
Yep. Oh, that's
this is the punish. Unfortunate. Probably could have gone for a crouching heavy punch instead into the immediate knuckle, but now stuck in the corner versus Blanca. This is not a position you want to be in while he still has some of this meter left here. But Rookie able to fight his way out with that DP, does not have any respect, showing him that we are not here to play. We're here to take the game and move into potentially grand finals again.
And you know, good on Rookie for recognizing he can DP right there, because that's not a situation you would think DP works out in. So I gotta say, my man stuck it out and did exactly what they had to do. Now we're seeing a little bit more of an uncomfortable rufianMX, which is not super uncommon, but when it happens, you start to realize it. And Rookie is doing a very good job playing at this range with the Sandblast, helping them out by a mile here. But Ruffian, though, doesn't want to let go of that tempo, that momentum, and it's all about a timing thing. Speaking of timing, good timing on the crouching
out on that drive rush. Yeah, not letting him get out of the corner and get any more advantage. Now taking a little bit more of this space and actually trying to fight back here so that he doesn't have to lose too much drive gauge. I like how often Rookie backs away and tries to keep center stage, but it does give Ruffian sometimes the time to reset up. This is exactly what happens when he gets to you.
And you know, it's a good thing that they're trying to keep that center stage like you're mentioning, but at the same time, because you're trying to do that, you're allowing your opponent to leave. I think movement is something that's very, very vital in a game like Street Fighter 6. Moving is super duper important. We're already at the corner, there's the overhead slaps, and now we're back into this mid-screen with Rookie with getting a good crouch medium confirmed for a full combo here. Now we're in the corner playing the game.
Doesn't spin the meter there to confirm off that crouching medium kick. Unfortunate for rufianMX, could have made something big there, but now might even have to hold a potential level 1. Oh, big damage coming in, and still a potential other mix-up. Unfortunately, expecting that he got the confirm there, but whiffed it. So now losing a little bit of drive gauge and getting pushed further out of the corner is Ruffian.
And very patient play, blocking the Blanca ball, gets the DP right there on the jump in, and Rookie here has got to get one more good hit, but instead goes for the throw, which is good enough. Now we're tying it up on the board, 1-1 in the round count, final round situation. Who we rooting for, chat? Ruffian, give me the ones. Rookie, give me the twos. Throwing out the Sandblast.
Ooh, that was nasty.
Alrighty, and it goes for the level 3. We going all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee, my boy. Very good right here for the good friend, of course, keeping that momentum strong, but Ruffian popping a level 2 install, and you see Rookie backing away right now. He understands that the moment
doesn't want to deal with any of the threat of the level 2, kind of wants to wait out the meter. He's been using the waiting as a defensive tool, which I think is really strong, but it does force him to get pushed into the corner here, and now Blanca can gain meter again. Has these really long range buttons that kind of check Luke in a corner situation like this, almost able to build another level 2, so a little scary of a situation to be in. Using the level 1 to check out with here, but doesn't get the Blanca chance, still wins with the ball. So we are going to a 1-1 situation in this losers finals. Really good stuff from Ruffian there, fighting back, fighting hard. I was not expecting to see that comeback.
And you know what's even crazier is that Blanca's level 1 also activates Blancatron itself. So even if Rookie were to be safe by blocking that super, Blancatron would have made Blanca safe, which is a lot of Blanca action going on. That's why I've been saying this character is a 2-on-1 and not a 1-on-1 situation. Anywho,
he's got a little guy. You know, sometimes having a little guy is really powerful.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, that's why we like Blanca. But again, that's not going to stop the man Lucas Sullivan, who's trying to keep this momentum strong, but it's not going to be enough because Ruffian, again, the wild card, the trickster himself, gets to jumping
over that. Nice, really good stuff. Beating out one of those sandblasts. That's exactly what you need to do here. Able to start off his confirm with a standing heavy kick. A lot of damage on board here, and I think this might be able to kill if he uses the EX up ball. Nice.
And that is the optimization station coming through. Keep yourselves hydrated, my boys. Nicely done from Ruffian here, who's going to keep this momentum strong, of course. Again, though, Rookie is starting to lose, starting to show the cracks, starting to lose that momentum. Ruffian's in his head once again.
Not even trying to go for the anti-air there, just walking back out of the space of Luke, giving him a little bit of space to play with there. Rookie taking it as well and moving his way closer to the corner. Ruffian kind of needs to fight back on some of these potential anti-airs that he's not taking. A deep jump in, still getting parried, but not able to get a crouching light punch, which means he was not even -4 at the end of that perfect parry.
Look at Ruffian just jumping back. He already understood that, hey, you trying to get closer, go ahead, try to hit me. I want you to so badly. And then the
jumping as a neutral skip, baby. Let's do it.
Exactly. Speaking of skipping neutral, there's the throw. We got to put you right into the corner. That's not neutral at all. But the level 3 catches my man. No, it doesn't.
Unexpected victory for Ruffian because of it. What a block.
Oh, I've not once in my entire life
thought he was going to get punished counter.
Never seen that. Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
I thought that was a punish counter for sure. Really good knowledge from Ruffian to know.
I swear to God, you know what? Now they know. Now that's going to be Rookie's time to shine. Because again, after a situation like that, you're going to have to turn up the heat a little bit.
Jumping back after setting up the Blanca-chan. I like that. Doesn't even care to give up the Blanca-chan yet. Going for the side swap. Once again, another Blanca-chan bounce. That's 2 bounces off that one interaction. Let's see if he's able to get something bigger here.
I think he could if they got the confirm, but it's just not going to be enough right now. We're still having to block out the offense from Ruffian here, who's keeping it OD, but not as good as
what Rookie did there.
Yeah.
Rookie walked out of the corner before parrying. He could have gotten crossed up, but because he parried, he was able to then walk out and take the corner. Really smart. Knowing that he doesn't have the life lead, that's the kind of thing you have to do to start to build a comeback, right? Take back the corner so that you have advantage on the screen even when you don't have the life advantage. I don't know if it's going to be enough here because now he is on that one-tap scenario, and EX up ball is a real
nightmare.
Invulnerable reversal, yeah.
It's a nightmare to deal with. We got 40 seconds on the clock. Both players in the yellow zone right now. rufianMX makes the push, but fighting back was a drive reversal from Rookie.
Ooh, this is good. This is really good because now he can at least hold on to potentially the DP, but he gets crossed up. Could have been a DP there into the potential of a comeback, but not enough. Now Ruffian is in full control in this set.
Yep, he is still controlling with a Knights of a throw, base the DP out. That's going to be some hefty damage, and uses the driving back to make sure he's in burnout. Getting the drive back with a parry, and I believe that level 3 is going to be right here. Yes,
because now you get one more Oki situation. He's got potentially a level 1 to work with to fight back here. He's going to be on a pixel of life, and if you can just force out a DI or force out the follow-up of the reversal, that is going to take it. Ruffian calling out 2 reversals back to back.
And you know, in situations like that, I understand how my boy Rookie might have been feeling, right? That was one of those rounds where, you know, something strange happens and you feel like you can't, you know, take it no more. So you just kind of give it up. That's a dead round to some people. But I mean, hey, Rookie again did his best. Did as much as they could. If that level 3 situation didn't happen, it might have turned into a very, very Rookie favorite game. But again, Ruffian, bro, I'm gonna keep saying it because y'all don't seem to realize that is a trickster. That is the devil himself.
That's Loki. Yeah, that is the god of tricks. Yeah,
that is the god of tricks, and he will always hold that up back. Not that it's a bad thing, because again, it's working now. I mean, you know, if you're not gonna want to DP the guy or anything like that, just let him keep doing it. Or he's gonna keep doing it, and it's been giving us some results, which is why he is now on the loser side of Grand Finals, going up against SimplyEgo for the run back.
Well, before we get into that, let's look at the characters and the matchups we had for this top 8 because it was phenomenal. And let's take a little review of it, take a look at that bracket, and talk about some of the matches.
Yep.
We had rufianMX at the beginning versus SimplyEgo, one of probably the matches that we expected to go in the favor of rufianEgo, able to take it with that JP, playing really smart, really solid, and then immediately beating Rookie right after to put himself into Grand Finals. Rookie beating Jewelman and then having to play against SimplyEgo, pushing him into the loser side. We had Jewelman over CobraTango. Unfortunately, a match that we didn't see on stream, but it did go 2-0 in the favor of Jewelman. Izzy versus Isabelmont, a phenomenal match, extremely fast-paced. Two players both playing their hearts out and playing at max APM. And we also, after that, had Izzy versus rufianMX. Rufian running it through Izzy and running it through Jewelman to make his way now back into this grand finals. But before we get into the grand finals, I'm going to show that Matcherino one more time. How about you? Are you feeling like we should show that Matcherino?
You already know how I'm feeling, man. Let me talk about that Matcherino with you, my dog. You know, matter of fact, how many codes do we have left, Beanie? Because I'm starting to see 30? A little bit of a number. 30.
That's a lot of numbers left. Yeah, a little messed up.
Man, see, these people don't even, I don't know what they're doing, bro. They're not grabbing these codes. They don't want to show some support. But I know one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Y'all showing y'all support by being here in this stream. But again, it does help raise the stakes for the competitors by just grabbing a code. And again, you can also do the sponsor quest on the other side as well. Discord, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you want to use. Hell, you can even use your Blizzard account. It all works, man. So just be nice and just grab a code. Of course, if you don't want to be nice, that's cool. I'm glad you're here with me because I'm being nice to y'all. Of course, Beanie is also being nice because we giving y'all some good Street Fighter action. Can you use your Toontown account? If you got Toontown linked to your Matcherino, I swear to God. I swear to God.
I don't know if Toontown's is Battle.net, but if you have a Battle.net, which is the worst possible platform you can have, you can use the Matcherino. So I think there's always a way that you can get it done.
Yep. But hey, you know, I'm from the South. I makes whatever I can work. And if the Toontown account works, it works. And no, I ain't even saying Toontown bad. I'm just saying, if I made that work, I'd be using it every time.
I was a Wizard 101 guy personally. I'm just calling it out.
I understand.
Wizard 101, that was my jam before I started playing RuneScape too much.
You know what? That's understandable. Well,
that belt should actually be for everyone in chat who hasn't used the Matcherino codes.
Honestly, agree. She's using it on the wrong person. She's so upset about me not liking Toontown. I've never said anything of the sort. You know, this is what I call certified abuse. Is what I would have said, but Mia is super.
Yellow card, abuse of the casters.
Exactly, abuse of the casters. By the way, shout outs to Mia for running this bracket tonight. You guys are super duper wonderful over here at XFS, aka XFS Showdown, and this is season 1, episode 1. Other than that, I think we are ready to get into this grand finals because I know these players are ready to get this match out of the way.
Let's see it. Hopefully this will be a phenomenal match. This is a run back, and we've already seen how one player handled the matchup. The cool thing is having all of that extra time to think about it and all the time to play with. Right. Now, maybe Rufian will come into this grand final set with new strategies against Ego.
I think so as well. And I mean, again, if the same strategy still work out, then the same strategy still work out. But you got to be ready to adjust yourself on the fly. Evolving and adapting is super duper important. And I think in a game like Street Fighter 6, you see that very, very clearly in almost every interaction possible because it happens so quick. You're like, wait, we're here now? How did he not lose his health like that? That sort of stuff matters.
It matters, and you have to be quick about it, right? With how fast a lot of the interactions can happen, with how much life you can lose in each individual mistake you make, you've got to make those adjustments fast, and you got to make them matter. Let's see if we're going to see any good adjustments off rip. Really nice crouching medium punch to start off the round, or I believe that was standing heavy punch. I might not know my Blanca buttons.
You know, sometimes Blanca throws out a lot of fists, and we barely see any kicks.
I'm gonna be real. It's hard to know because he's in the Blanca chance. So sometimes I don't, like, I'm just gonna blame the Blanca chance.
We're learning together. We gotta understand that the Blanca suit is his, you know, God-given right. That's why that level 1
the God-given right of the level 1 to fight out of the corner here and getting the slide to take the first round after the air-to-air. Really solid stuff from Rufian there. Does spend a bar of meter, which means now Ego is very close to 2. And we know how much Ego loves those level 2 setups for JP.
Indeed, and now we're back at it once again with JP getting himself a full combo. Oh, well, 4 hits, close enough.
I'm sorry, that was a grip of meter for 4 hits. He's almost at 3 bars. He started at less than 2. What do you mean?
Ain't that fantastic? Ain't that fantastic?
What a battery. This old man is an Energizer battery, the rechargeable ones, as a matter of fact.
Not the rechargeable ones. Well, you gotta talk about how the fact that Rufian is charging up.
The neutral jump, something we saw him try to do in the first set, and it narrowly didn't work, but this time, able to close it out after the neutral jump on the level 1. Rufian is looking way more solid. Change his name to SolidMX right now, because he's not liquid, he's not gas, he's solid.
Yo, Solid Snake here. Man, this Blanca player is doing kind of crazy, right? He's doing tricks all over the screen, dude. I gotta talk to y'all about this, but not as much as I gotta talk about SimplyEgo, who's trying to get that momentum back once again. But Ruffian is shutting him down at every pace possible.
Ooh,
nice baiting on the
shimmy. I like the neutral jump to beat it there. Does lose a lot of drive gauge meter here, but still able to fight back. He had not able to take the corner, which is a good thing. Pushes back towards center stage, which means that SimplyEgo will still have to fight through and contend against Blanca's long-range normals instead of having him stuck in the corner.
And you know, this is definitely not a matchup that Ego probably enjoys either, right? Blanca's got some good range on those normals too, and Ruffian is making very good usage of it. But those spikes are going to be the only thing that keeps Ruffian from getting in, especially with how as tricky as they can be. But Ego's giving up that momentum with those projectiles.
There is the bait on the Amnesia. That is the first Amnesia we've seen baited and punished tonight. Worked out phenomenally for Ruffian, and he is currently up 3 rounds. This is a clinical tear. He is precision using a scalpel to destroy the defenses of Ego right now.
Scalpel, check. Drive impact, check. Drive impact again, check. All right, now we can play the game again. Good punish on the ball.
I like the air ball.
And now Ruffian's got to block it out, trying to go for something, and manages to do so, getting the throw, beating out the impact, but a crouching heavy punch from Ego is going to turn the tides of battle to keep Ruffian locked in that corner. And man, the projectile spam is coming. I would have thought I'm playing a toe hold game at this point.
This is an NRS character on the screen.
Exactly. And speaking of NRS, that's a very beautiful credit card swipe. $7.99 DLC. Thank you.
Yeah, base model roster DLC. Let's go.
Exactly. You know how these companies like to get down, just like the knowledge check, getting the command grab off.
Command grab up close. Something you can do about that command grab is be ready for the audio cue, right? It might not look too different when it comes to the actual visual cue, but the audio cue, he said something different for the command grab in comparison to any of the other ghosts.
And you know, I'm noticing something right now. rufianMX, of course, being aggressive, and that's why he had to use a level 3, because if you notice that drive meter, that was going down almost to 0, close to burnout.
He was running through that drive gauge really fast to get as much of his offense started as possible, but wasn't getting anything major or impactful started. Finally gets something here and is able to make that drive gauge disparity not feel so bad. In conclusion, now he takes the round.
I gotta say, Ruffian, dog, he's doing pretty good. He's got 2 games up over the zero man himself, known as SimplyEgo. Gotta turn up the heat a little bit, Ego, but you know, you can't count out the man just yet. He ain't get the grand finals for no reason. But let's see what we can do here, because Ruffian is already starting us off with a good crouching medium punch, and now we're already close to this corner. Baiting out the Amnesia on top of that as well. Super duper good.
Yeah, once again, another bait on the Amnesia, and also beats a parry there, so that is going to be... Oh, another Amnesia goes for it again. This time does get the corner side swap. Going for the level 1, jumping over it the same way you did to me. I'm doing it right back to you. Baiting every defensive option.
And that worked out super good because Ego recognized that the Blanca-chan was still there. So now we're getting ourselves a full combo here, which I want to say is death, but all he can really do is get a level 1, and that's going to have to seal the deal.
Set up instead, but trying to walk back there, and that crouching medium kick drive rush from the powerful characters that have it is something you can use to start to mount a comeback.
Say this is super duper good for Ruffian here. He's got a lot of momentum on his side, kind of wild, just like Blanca himself, playing the craziest as he can. There's the level 2 install coming through. We're about to see some flashy high speed electricity action with the Blanca-chan on the screen here, but get off.
I like the drive reversal there, right? Spin the 2 bars to push him completely off you, put him back into center screen, and waste the rest of his level 2 install gauge, but it wasn't enough. Ruffian just 3-0'd his way into a reset. Ego needs to make some major Ego adjustments, or he'll be out of this tournament.
You know what they say. You know what they say, man. Ego death is kind of real, and it's just kind of wild, but hey, it's simply having that ego will do as much as you can to make a good comeback. So I gotta say, do we see a character swap from Ego? Because this matchup is not looking like it's in their favor. Again, this is JP versus Blanca. Blanca is always moving around on the screen, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing that just yet. Ego's gonna still stick it out with the JP, and hopefully we can see some good adjustments, because again, 3 more games, and this is all belonging to rufianMX, prize pool and all.
Yeah, a character that's extremely hard to contest with how fast their movement is. This is an immovable object versus an unstoppable force. That's what this matchup is. And right now, that unstoppable force is Blanca, and rufianMX is running it through the bank.
I'm convinced if you put Blanca inside of the Baki anime, he would be one of the most highly recognized characters and one of the best fighters on the planet. Not even Yujiro Hanma can stop him. But speaking of stopping him, nothing's stopping Ruffian from keeping that offense, because even when JP landed that amnesia, Ruffian was still swinging.
Yeah, he was ready to keep fighting it out. Does not want to give him the throw there, which I do respect, right? Kind of stop some of the offense from Ego by denying the throw and taking other small hits instead, using that life bar as a resource, because of course it is, right? As long as your life doesn't hit 0, it is it is fair game.
Yep, and that's gonna be a lot of life losing from Ego right here. That's
gonna be death even without a level 1. My goodness, gets to keep the bar of meter. Delicious, almost at 2 here, and putting himself on another game point again. Could potentially go up, what, 4 games straight?
Right, Blanca-chan's active and he's coming right for JP, still on the screen here.
There he goes. I was like, he actually went really slow, or the opposite direction first. I don't know what happened there, but I feel like he should have hit significantly earlier.
He should have, but I mean, you know, in a fighting game like this, some of the most Kusoge things can happen. We're about to see some more right now with Blanca on our screen, but they are in
level 3. Yep, the level 3. Kind of get some of that burnout gauge gone, take a little bit of meter from SimplyEgo, and be able to set up Oki. What are we gonna see here? Going for immediate up close into the standing heavy kick. That's plus. Wants to try to get some extra frames here. Walking back, choosing to take the chip instead of dealing with any of the potential risks of going in. Now they're both in burnout, but this is the situation that you need as rufianMX. Now you just need one touch. You can just send Blanca balls over and over, and if he can't respond to them properly, that's it.
He's throwing out Blanca-chan, and there's the Blanca ball.
The air ball, able to close it out by forcing him to jump over that Blanca-chan.
Very, very checkmate situation. One of those situations you hate to be in versus Blanca-chan, man. I swear to God, I couldn't count on my fingers how many times I might have seen myself in those situations where it's like, this man has Blanca-chan active, he could move up on me. But speaking of moving up, we got Rashid. Go!
I kind of like this. I think this is a smart play. It's weird to see because we haven't seen Ego on any other characters, so I don't know how well versed he is in this matchup, but I do particularly like Rashid into this matchup. I think Rashid does really well versus the kind of pressure that Blanca likes to instill. He also has a phenomenal anti-air reversal. It's not anti-air frame 1, but you can use it to beat Blanca balls.
Yes, indeed. Let's see how this turns out, because right now Ego has to win 3 games straight in this reset. This is definitely real, chat, so don't go anywhere just yet. We're finally turning up the heat with a good crouching medium kick confirmed, and Rashid for your viewing pleasure.
And already has the Yasar. They both are sitting on level 2. Are either one of them going to be able to get a knockdown into starting? Oh, a little too early. So the scary thing about Blanca, heavy Blanca ball, is you have to DI it really late. If you DI it early, your DI follow-up usually whips. Most characters don't reach it unless you DI late.
Man, and throwing out the parry, trying to see if that was going to be a Blanca-chan or Blanca ball, and it was not what he wanted. That's why he just had to deal with that trade. This is now Ruffian's game, 2-0. Ego got 3 more chances at life right now, but for Ruffian, he's got 1 more shot to victory, dog. What do we do here?
It looks like Ruffian is just completely in full domination mode, has everything under control here so far. Just needs to get 2 more rounds before Ego can squeeze out a few here.
I think Ego is doing their best right now. There's a stand heavy kick from Blanca-chan. Yeah, that is Blanca-chan. Don't get me wrong. Now he's in the outfit and everything, but nice air throw.
Yeah, going for the air throw. Not able to throw into the corner there. Unfortunately, that's one of the problems is you not getting the air throw back. So now you have to fight for center stage. That Blanca-chan is still there, so you're gonna have to fight around it, push towards the opposite corner.
And now, I like the fact that Ego's throwing out these projectiles. It's making Ruffian not want to jump forward, but again, because of that angle he's going at, Ruffian does have enough room to try and jump back, and he's still taking that lead regardless of the fact too, right? Now we're seeing a level 1 come through, but thankfully there wasn't an extra damage because it was not grounded. Now, what does Blanca-chan do here? Because Ego is dealing with a heavily electrifying Blanca-chan who gets the overhead based off of level 1. There's the animation I'm looking for.
Now, let's see. Let's see if he's ready to potentially DP on Wake Up, but unfortunately, he wasn't ready for it. Instead, he tried to start up his own offense with that projectile, and it got beat up by the Blanca ball. That was the first thing I thought is, if he just goes for a Blanca ball, it will beat the projectile here, which is the normal thing you see after a Rashid knockdown.
But you know where we're at right now, Beanie. We are on the final game for rufianMX. If they can get this means Ego is done in second place. Ruffian with an up ball EX and now backing away, trying to get the approach, but counteracted by Ego, who is still trying to find their issues in fighting this match.
Using these parries instead of using the DPs to get knockdowns and get damage, but at least right now, for the first time, we see him with a life lead in this set. Not a game lead, but at least a life lead. He's got a lot to slog through here. I like that. Able to get a big punish. No! Doesn't get the grounded hit, but able to get around, putting himself on the board. Now we can potentially see a final round in this game 3. Is it time for Ego to mount the big comeback?
I definitely think it is time for Ego to make that comeback. Again, he's starting to pick up the slack right here, but you can't count out Ruffian at any given moment because that man holds up back once.
Trying to shimmy, getting hit by the crouching medium kick drive rush, put into the corner. Scary stuff. And baiting a parry.
Oh, that's the jumping kick confirmed.
This hurts. Level 3, gonna go for it here. Get some of that drive gauge back, take some more away from the opponent, and be able to set up Okazumi. Are we gonna see a Blanca-chan setup, or is he gonna immediately go for ball in? Ball is live, balling in.
And then rufianMX is still keeping the lead, but it's SimplyEgo gets to confirm this is not going to be dead for sure, but he's going to have to spend that level 3 to put my boy in burnout.
Yeah, you want to take this life lead back. You want to take this drive gauge lead back. I don't know if he has enough time to get his own drive gauge back. He doesn't. He could just get chipped out, and there it is. rufianMX 6-0 over Ego. What an insane Grand Finals. That was a speed run of a Grand Finals. Congratulations to rufianMX taking that game, taking those 2 sets with such speed and determination. And congratulations to the rest of our top 8 for playing phenomenal, amazing matches. I love to see them.
Yep, I enjoy watching all of these matches. I might have came in a little late to the party, but again, I was here to guide y'all along with BeanieThuggish, of course, throughout all these matches. Again, gotta give a shout out to CobraTango, AC, Belmont, Jewelman, rufianMX, who just won, Rookie, SimplyEgo, and yeah, I mean,
Jascef,
what more?
who unfortunately didn't play. We didn't get to see Jascef play, but he was at least in the bracket.
Yep, and you know what? I like to say this all the time, man. You showed up to the bracket. That's enough that you did for us. You know, just being here is more than enough for me. However, we'll make sure we get you on the stream next time. That's all we can really say. Other than that, I mean, aside from our beautiful top 8, reminder that episode 2 of the Street Fighter 6 is going to be next month on the 11th. That's November 11th, 2025. So mark it down in your calendars if you guys are looking forward for some more Street Fighter 6 action over here on XFS Showdown. Of course, you'll be seeing the likes of BeanieThuggish, maybe me, and of course, whomever else your lovely commentators you're looking out for. Other than that, is there anything else you want to say to the people, Beanie?
I want to say, if you're watching this and you have friends who play Street Fighter or like Street Fighter and want to get competitive, get into these smaller brackets. These are the kinds of things you should play in and get used to get better at Street Fighter, to have some names under your belt, to start to build bridges in the community, to get better as a player. These brackets, they're free to enter, they're fun, and they're mostly about being player driven and trying to get better. They're not really about the most serious, the most upper echelon, and oodles of money. They're about the community, and I love that. I love to see events like this run, and I hope that more people will enter them in the future.
Yep. Hey man, I'm gonna put in the words of Yipes. In order to get washed, you gotta get clean, or in order to get clean, you gotta get washed a few times, dog. It's a spin cycle situation, and I mean, I love fighting games. I'm glad I got to be here commentating once again for some Street Fighter 6 action. It's a pretty cool game. And if you like Street Fighter 6, do exactly what Beanie said. Find yourself a small bracket, online, local, whatever, and hey, hop in and let's get cooked together, fam, because we all in this together. We are all grinding at the same pace, at the same rate. Some just have a little bit of a different experience than others. Other than that, I have been Kuwamoco. If you want to find me at Kuwamoco_. Of course, BeanieThuggish, where can they find you, my boy?
They can find me right up there at BeanieThuggish. I don't know which way to point. I think it's this way, right there in the top corner. On all social, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. I barely use my Twitter. Not a big fan of the X platform, but just follow me on Twitch. You'll see me streaming mostly Marvel Rivals. I've been addicted, but I've also been playing some 2X KOA here every now and then.
Hey, that's what's up. Well, with that being said, ladies and gents, hopefully y'all enjoyed the first episode. We'll see y'all for episode 2 next month, November 11th. Y'all take it easy, be easy, and peace out. Have a good night.